got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah, for my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? Cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. What do you do? Cause I'm feeling so good.
But now that I'm gone, you want me back. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Hope all of you are having a good one. Man, I look like a goddamn mess, don't I? Oh, shit, dude. Shit, dude. I swear to God. I swear to God. I hope all of you are staying safe. But goddamn, if like one haircut place can open, I'd be so goddamn happy, dude. I'll wear fucking 20 masks on my face. Whatever I gotta do, dude. Let me get a fucking haircut, man. Shit, dude. I'm gonna need to go back to the bathroom and fucking get at it with clippers. Okay, last time I did a haircut, I can't see it, but I remember I clipped myself. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually there. I'm showing you guys in case you can. But I fucking, forgot about the fucking guard. So I fucking clipped myself, dude. At this point, I might have to do that a couple more times. God damn. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope all of you are having a good one. Let me get the music back up and running. Hope all of you are having a good one, boys. We got ourselves Ernest, William, Boy Type, Cran, Ghost Star. We got ourselves Decap. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? Brother, no one wants to join mine? Yo. Been trying to get people in the 5v5s, yeah? Alright, hold up. Are we having trouble? Yo, hold on. Champ. Let's go, boys. Need some NA groups. Here we go. I'm calling the boys, man. I'm calling them on a favor. Calling them on a big favor, man. We need some motherfucking groups up in here. Let me get the audio up and running, too. Alright, let me show you how you guys can make groups and join in. Have 5? Hey, oh, what's up, Chill? Yo, Chill, got 3 out of 5? Hell yeah, 100, man. What? Blizzard app was like, hey, you want to make some changes? I guess. Okay, I don't know what that did. It did, I mean, like, hey, you want to make changes to this computer? I was like, okay, sure, Blizzard. Make changes to this computer. And probably not a good idea, but whatever, you know what I mean? Hey, my boy, what's up, boys? Head of my man. Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Alright, let me hop on my duels character, boys, and we'll get some 5v5 1v1s underway. That hair look good? You serious? Dude, I like it short. It gets in the way. It's annoying. The worst thing, and you call me fucking wimp about it, but my least favorite part about having not short hair, my head feels like it starts to fucking overheat. Right? Especially during summer, it just feels like there's hot air trapped all around my goddamn cranium. And it just irritates the fuck out of me, man. Actually just irritates the shit out of me. So that's why I like short hair. I kind of like it when I can feel like, oh, like a cold breeze on the back of my neck. You know what I mean? We got Boris with a full group. Night King. Night King, do you have how many? 4 out of 5? Alright. Night King will have you on standby. You'll get to do the next group up and running. We got Boris in here and Seavark first up and running into the 5v5 1v1 duels for the day. Goddamn, boys. Goddamn. Starting off strong today with Sav. Yo, Sav. Hopefully we'll have build up to fight Night King. If you guys want to join in, just chill till after this duel. I'll let you know how to join in for some of the groups out there that are looking for people, man. See, we got a group up and running, and Demoniac's group are starting to funnel in bit by bit. Let me swap to the duels mix, man. Should I add the song in the duels mix? I feel like it doesn't fit the rest of the EDM stuff I've got going on, right? Everything is kind of EDM-ish. Not to be like the one and only rap song on there. I mean, I don't mind it, honestly. I don't mind it. But, you know, to each their own. Switch. What do we got today? We got ourselves Seavark, first team. With Seavark being a little... Actually, now I'm looking at it, male gnomes look kind of tubby. Is it me? They look a little tubby for being so short. We got ourselves Franks in here. We all got ourselves Peachy. We got ourselves Pink T-Rex. Is that it? Pink T-Rex? Pink T-Rex is a Worgen. Huh. And we got Thick Thanos? I call it Thick. We got ourselves Demoniac, Kane, Lay. Gonna be going up first on Team Blue. Lay the Rogue. We got Maggot back here, which looks like this massive warrior, but it's not. He's actually sitting inside of the warrior, it looks like. And we got Palm as well. Are you an elemental? I'm gonna guess you're Ellie Lay or Maggot. Lane's gonna be getting up on by Thick, trying to pop in defensive already, sitting at half his health, already on the run from the Demon Hunter, who got himself pretty well slowed. That's gonna be flying up in the air. Lane taking a bunch of damage, gonna be cloaking all this, trying to max range Thick while they can, looking for that reset. Already blew a trinket, evasion, as well as Cloak of Shadows. But they also have Thick on the ropes without a trinket either, so Lay could make a big play. Not completely out of options. This is going to open over the kidney shot. Needs to get all the dots up and running. He's going to go for a road. Get interruptions up and running. Big bike coming out onto Thick. And that's going to be a turnaround by the Demon Hunter with a big old stun. I-beam landing that big old meta in there. Well, demonic, but maybe going to go for a meta raptor. But going to be tentacle up and down onto Lay. Needs to eliminate immediately. Blind onto Thick. As Lay is super low in health, you have any bleeds. Lay is just bailing out of there to the other zip code, not even looking to get a resap and a reopen onto Thick. That's going to allow the Demon Hunter opportunity to find the Rogue. He has that Spectral Sight up and running. He knows where the Rogue is at. He got an Immolation Aura up and running. He's going to get in combat before the sap comes in. That's going to be one Chaos Strike needed for Thick to take him out. Looks like Maggot is going to be up next. Just letting Demon Hunter know, hey, I'm going to be next, man. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. It's kind of an honor duel, sorta. It's going to be able to tag that Flame Shock in the open. It's going to be procs flying from Maggot from here on. Stun onto the Shaman. Is going to have Twisted Appendages onto Thick. Into Lightning Lasso. Appendages is searing through his mind. I think that might be the big old 1-0 for the Shaman here. Thick is going to be popping out the big Metamorphosis. Counter-Strike Totem is up and running. There's also going to be his own appendage onto Maggot. I don't think that appendage actually contributes to the Counter-Strike Totem damage. That's going to be Thick. Still super low in health. Getting hit with a Hex. It's going to trick it out of it. Does throw a bike at Maggot. Dropping him quite low. And Maggot might not be able to make it out of here alive. And down they go with Thick. Taking him out while Meta is up and running with Kane popping in next. Is going to throw a bike right back at Thick with a leg sweep. Fist of Fury Wombo combo. Going to be able to back out of there. Flying up in the air. And it's going to try to see if it can pelt Kane down. Kane does find himself some line of sight. It's going to have to start healing through it ASAP. Popping in wall, looking to get aggressive with the Demon Hunter. Going to be a stun chicken side of it immediately. And that's going to be Thick, trying to see if he might be able to survive through his dropping down Darkness, hoping the Darkness might protect him. Fist of Furies are flying. And as long as he's lucky, and the Darkness looks like he's actually getting quite a lot of healing while inside of the Darkness. That's going to be Karma onto Thick. But Thick so far has been pretty survivable. Blur coming up very, very soon. Could use Blur right here to give himself a little bit extra defensiveness to it. Needs to get himself some healing rolling off of Kane. And needs to get that Metamorphosis up and running if he wants to get any kind of heals rolling. That's going to be Fist of Fury. Is able to dodge it quite a bit. Stun onto Kane. Does get the meta, but no! The big old kick right in the face. Taken down, simmering down the demon. Kane knows how to deal with demons. Like personal demons. Because everybody has those. In cap, onto Seawork. This Kane is going to try to see if he can kind of fight through the mage with a bit of that monk tranquil. Get caught in the corner there for a second. That's very unfortunate. He's going to try to lust himself out. Seawork is going to stop gap that immediately. Kane is trying to see if he might be able to get tricky with Seawork. He's trying to get cute here. Trying to get a lot of mobility rolling. Seawork is going to be able to lock him down with a interrupt. That's going to be Kane actually dropping super low with an arcane missile stream. Just a stream of missiles just pounding Kane without even popping cooldowns. That was just a good old proc for Seawork. I think it was triple proc of, what is it called? Clear casting? Super strong and super good for Seawork. I mean, he's making some massive plays without him. Demonic is going to be up next with a sap onto Seawork. And Demonic looking pretty corrupted. Is that a max corruption? No. Well, actually, he is kind of dark looking. Like the corruptions are more covering his body in a very, very dark blue tone. Well, actually, it's hard to tell whether he has like 40 corruption or under 40 or over 40. It's super hard to tell because that, I mean, the amount of blue that covers you is just, it's so close to one another. Like it looks like I would think he would have a thing for Beyond running at him with how corrupted he looks, but it's hard to tell. It's going to be Invis coming in for Seawork, normal Invis with the defensive nature for it. Demonic got all the bleeds, building comp points off of Seawork, and it's going to pop that Cloak of Shadows right now as Seawork was able to shred him for a little bit with the arcane missiles, trying to keep the rogue in combat as best as possible, and Demonic is just trying to see if I might be able to get a setup onto Seawork. Does get a blind into a Kindle Shot. It's going to be Iceblock out of Seawork. Was that a Vendetta out of Demonic? He's still trying to get those poison knives in there onto Seawork. Trying to get the poisons on Seawork as best as possible. Short Invis coming in for Seawork. It's going to be the short Invis. Trying to continue to get the slows on Demonic. No! Cloak available, so Demonic is actually kind of out in the open. Evasion popping out, it's going to trick it out of the root. Dressed onto Seavark, and that's going to be his one shadow step as long as Seavark can keep him out in combat. Then he will actually have an advantage. Mark for Death available, running into that Mark for Death. That is super unfortunate. And down goes Seavark with Demoniac, taking him out. That's going to be another Demon Hunter on Team Red. Stick it from the back. It's going to take out Twisted Appendage, trying to get a bit of a Reaping or a Blade Dance on top of Demoniac. With the Matter, Murphys is joining the fight too. Trying to see if he might be able to chase after the Rogue. The Rogue is looking for a reset. Again, it's super hard to tell what Demonic has. I'm pretty sure he's at least in the corruption level where he has the eye that'll spawn. But it just looks so blue. So covered with blue. And it like pulsates. I guess we'll see. We'll track if there's a thing from beyond. Did you just miss your dress? Frank's missing the dress as he's out of range from Demoniac. It does have a pretty good range fire, but looks like it still might be enough damage on Demoniac. Dipping him now quite low. Do you have any dots on you, my friend? I think he does not. But his corruption, oh, his Azeroth is actually going to poke him out of stealth. He got an Azeroth thingy. That's going to keep firing at enemies nearby, and that's going to keep taking them out of stealth every single time. That is such an unfortunate trait. Is there no other trait better than the one you got there? Because that thing does no damage. I just say corruption, it takes for 10% of my health. Yeah, no, it's tough. It is definitely tough against rogues. If they stun you and there's a tendy proc, man, you can do 100k DPS with that alone. If you have a bunch of tendies. Dress coming in for Demoniac. Franks does activate Blur and try to see if it might be able to counter Demoniac right now. Does Shadow Step, but doesn't juke. He does juke. Demon Hunter does fall off the platform. Trying to see if it might be able to catch back up to the Rogue, but I think the Rogue might be able to get himself a clean and that's exactly what it's going to be. If Demoniac has a Reaping Flame, and he can use that Reaping Flame as an executor to Franks. Actually, Franks gonna go for a stun. There goes a thing from beyond the Demoniac was trying to avoid as best as possible. I think I might have tried to Reaping Flames. Franks did not land the execute kill, so won't be able to get the massive Reaping Flames, but it's gonna get it on short. Trying to see if they can let the dots and the poisons do work. Did he just try to throw a bike at Franks? I think that bike didn't even connect. Stun on Demoniac. He doesn't sit it long whatsoever. I guess maybe it was super DR. Stun onto Franks. Think for beyond arriving on Demonic. He's actually playing very defensive. Does get the tentacle to proc. A tentacle actual attack and think from beyond. It's being the boy. The think from beyond is actually the boy. Was that a dragon flying above us? Oh, that's kind of cool. Wait, is there actual dragon flying above this arena? I swear to God I saw a shadow. There is. Oh, I never noticed that. Dragons flying above this arena. That looks amazing. Peachy going to be up next on Team Red. Demoniac trying to go for a big corruption play there, boys. A thing from beyond. He's trying to fight a battle. He's trying to 2v1 enemies, right? He got Peachy on one side, thing from beyond on the other. Peachy with those bleeds is going to really force that thing out, dude. With the Demon Hunters, you only take damage unless you get the bleed, which doesn't really last that long. It's not even a bleed. It used to be a bleed from back in the day, I think, with Dance of Steel. But now I think it's just a chaos damage over time. But with the Feral, I mean, he's going to put Thrash on you, and that Thrash is going to sit there forever. Throwing a bike at Demoniac, going to be a kidney shot onto Peachy. As Demoniac is trying to get some damage back into Peachy. Look at that thing just flying. That little ghosty looking thing. That's probably Demoniac. That's going to keep him in combat, though. That's a trait from gear from the Waycrest dungeon. And it's really bad on damage. It doesn't do good AoE. It doesn't do good single target damage. And in PvP, it actually takes you out of stealth. Or takes stealthies around you out of stealth. It is so weird. I think it's better for non-rogues than rogues. But even then, you wouldn't use it in the first place just because it's not that good in the first place. So, Demonic is trying to see if he can play with that one. Maybe there's another trait in that piece of gear that's crucial to his playstyle. Maybe a big old Envenom damage increase. Like Twist the Knife. Peachy is going to go for a little bit of a reheal. Not playing the talent where on regrows the next two abilities do extra damage, especially strong if those bleeds go rolled onto Peachy. As Demoniac gets run by some Peachy, puts bleeds on him, but he doesn't sit on the guy. Peachy's just content in sending him bear form. He actually might just play this playstyle where he sits in bear form, puts normal bleeds on Demoniac. Tricky coming out, trying to go into cat form. Finally, perfect opportunity for Peachy to go for big damage to Demoniac. Maybe Demoniac is playing Relentless Blind on Peachy as they pop a trinket on a wall before Demoniac has too many bleeds on him. Demoniac can still have a thing for beyond attacking him though. But he got Peachy super low, massive bike hit him, no Vendetta used there, so he actually got himself huge damage out of that setup. With Peachy forcing out that trinket, Demoniac must be playing Relentless because he hasn't trinketed anything, and it feels like stuns don't sit on him long at all. Well, actually, as an orc, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? Because it doesn't actually work. It doesn't stack, it used to. That's gonna be Pichu trying to see if he can catch a reopener or demonic trinket coming out for the rogue dress into Pichu, taking him out. Looks like this man is leveraging the big corruption gear to his advantage, but it's only a matter of time until the demons are back to chase you. Shadow stamping past. Pink T-Rex is gonna be able to get around him. No blind available. Pink T-Rex looking to catch a reset himself actually, and demoniac is dropping himself a smoke bomb. Might be able to get a sap into Pink T-Rex just to get to kidney shot. Might be a trinket out of the feral. It is a trinket. Demonic tried to see if he can slow him down. Reaping Flames hitting him. Evasion up, but down he goes. Lots of damage into this rogue, with Palm being the last one left on Team Blue. Getting a big old leap into a charge on the Pink. Pink popping in a bash onto the warrior and looking to bleed him up and then kite him away. Palm needs to bail out of this. Root somehow is going to get a Stormbolt onto Pink T-Rex. It's going to stop him in place for a second. Can he just get him in combat? If he can just throw a weapon at him, anything. I think he was able to throw a weapon at him. Keeping him in combat, even though barely. But looks like Pink T-Rex is going to be able to outmaneuver the warrior and catch that reset. Is that going to be eyes? That's going to be the eyes for Palm himself. Palm has a bit of corruption too. Let's see what kind of a build he's running for corruptions. Maybe a big old Versa build, which is what PvP boys are stacking these days. Hopefully they have it still next week, because right now in the vendor there's no Versa. But TD is there. Oh, it's great if you do a lot of keys. Strongbolt into Pink T-Rex. Palm able to move, break it out of that root against the bleeds. Really broke him out. It's going to be Thorns up for Pink T-Rex with a wall. Palm better be very careful of his own health. Doesn't have reflect. Might have to go for enraged regeneration. He's not looking all that healthy. At 41% dampening. That might be actually death to the warrior unless he's able to somehow miraculously escape out of this situation. Trying to stay on top of Pink T-Rex as he's looking to just bleed up and kite away. The warrior does get a juke him off the platform, and Palm it's gonna have to go back up the ramp. Pink T-Rex is gonna catch up on heels. Warrior trying to prevent the restyle by the cat. It looks like he's able to do it quite well for now, but Pink T-Rex is gonna go for even more mobility. Stampeding roar, popping in the bear from trying to stay ahead of Palm, throwing down the crucible, but Palm still getting those charge heals from Pink. It looks like blood of the enemy might be the big execute with the dressing against Trinket. Pink T-Rex has nothing left, and Palm taking him out, all heated up and ready to go with the big old blood of the enemy opener. Out of that charge, that was a beautiful. I love warriors that go, especially Fury warriors that go for blood of the enemy. I think it just fits so well into that playstyle, man. 5, let's go. Alrighty, boys, let's see who else is ready. We got Dusty, we got Night King to have a group ready. Sav, are you ready? We're still looking for more, because I'll get Dusty in here, but Sav, you got 30 seconds, man. All right, 30 seconds, and we'll get the other group. Let's see if Sav has one available. 5 out of 5? Ready. Alright, Dusty, we're gonna have to put you on the side for a second. Night King and Sav have been waiting, so I gotta get him in next, yeah? We'll get you in right after, my friend, alright? Okay. Oh, beautiful. Yo, EU just catching up to the amount of duels that I've had, boys. You know what I mean? Night King and Sav. Same group. H-Proc was taking 50k. It was brutal. Had to block instantly. Is he playing like a big... Oh my god, he's actually, yeah, his Mind Flay is just majority of his damage, isn't it? Let me reset all the data so we can see some of the damage. We don't see perfect damage, we'll see percentage damage. Let's see B tag, Dalaran, #1340, add me, let me know in chat if you have a group. And if you have a group, I'll add you, boys, and I'll get you into these 5v5 1v1 duels. Man, Cran, can you get the macro for how to join these 5v5 1v1s? I forgot to spam it for the boys. Appreciate ya. This is Cuz with... Oh, I don't even know what you mean, Eric. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Who is messaging me? Print? Wait, is that Print Warlock? Print out of me? Oh boy, Print. I saw you in a Tickle stream the other day. Yo, blasting. I think you guys just destroyed his team. Poor Boomkin and Ellie. What are they gonna do against a big old Destro Warlock? Nothing. That's what. Well, they'll do what I do. Oh no, they won't do. You know what I would do in their position? What I would do if I were them? Well, if I were in their position, I would literally go in the corner and cry. But that's just me, man. You know what I mean? I'm just that kind of guy. Switch. What do we have? Wait, what? Hold on. It doesn't work. Switch. Okay, now we're good. What do we have? We got ourselves Delta Surge and Team Blue with Jamie, Morphinator, Psyched, and Spart gonna be going up first with that big old invis. On Team Red, we got ourselves Acid Trips, Brandon, Chill Pills, G-Few, as well as Kaz the Lord. What's gonna be first? Is it Acid Trips? Because Spart is already invis. Spart is already looking. Wait, it is gonna be... Wait, is it Morphinator or is it Spart? Looks like Spar backed up, and I think it is going to be Morphinator first up. I think Team Red is still trying to figure out who's going to be next. It looks like Morphinator is pretty corrupted. Looks like he's walking past Acid Trips. It's going to be a Sapped Wall and Bear from looking very, very deadly here. Look at JC Fear, that rogue. Not quite in the red, but still feeling pretty blue. And Morphinator taking quite a lot of damage from Acid Trips. They got himself the big old taser bracers from Mechagun. Gonna be bashed by the Feral into a reversal kidney shot. Chicken coming out from Morphinator with a blind to follow Acid Trips. Was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this Feral. I'm just gonna blind him on the trinket, keep him low on health, and you might be able to just take him out right then and there. You look like a nice old farmer, by the way. A road Morphinator pre-wall, and he probably should have opened up with a stun bike thrown at Morphinator. That wall saved his bear hide into a kidney shot super in the yard. Morphinator popping in the thorns, trying to go for a cyclone into a worse stomp onto Acid Trips. I think he's still trying to go for a cyclone, or maybe just looking to get the hell away from Acid Trips. Hitting him with a mallet. Actually going to be quite a bit of dots on him. Still trying to land the cyclone, forcing out advantage out of the rogue. And Morphinator popping on a wall. I'm not really sure why he was so adamant about trying to cyclone. That might be the end to Morphinator. He died doing what he wanted, and he wanted to cyclone that rogue. He wanted so hard to cyclone the hell out of that rogue, and he did it, boys. Gonna be invis for Sparta. He's trying to juke behind over to the other side of Acid Trips. It's gonna hit him with a Nova, and that's gonna be Smoke Bomb right now. As Sparta trying to go for a big old Arcane Blast in there. Might just have to wait for the Smoke Bomb to be gone. Acid Trips looking to catch a reset. Does go for a Shadow Step. Gonna be Blink on the Sparta. Trying to go for a massive Arcane Missile, just shredding through Acid Trips. It's gonna be Dress hitting Sparta for a second, but he was able to blink out of there. That's gonna be Acid Trips with Kidney Shot going down onto Sparta, but it still goes down too. To the nether. Tampa's just slapping him on his tippy toes. Uh-oh. Brandon gone? We had our DCU boys, but Brandon, is he gone? Oh no, we had a one-man down on Team Red, boys. Team Red, hopefully you guys are prepared and ready to go. It's going to be GFU as an item. Trying to see if he might be able to get a big old touch of death onto Sparta. Does he have an invis? Sparta? It does have an invis. Can try to invis a touch of death. Is going to try to invis it here. Ice blocks. Had to ice block because the invis was broken out by the Fist of Fury. So that's going to be blocked down for Spart. And GFU has quite a bit of damage on the Sparticle. Sparticle has nothing really left right now. I think it might be done for the count. Out of mobility, Trinket coming out very, very late. And GFU taking him out. I'm not really sure what happened there. I thought Spart had it under control. Big! Blood of the enemy coming out for Psych. Is he just looking to... Oh my god. Blood of the enemy on GFU. He does turn around with a Karma, and Psych is looking to get the hell out. Does he still have a Dressing Gas available for GFU? He still might be able to... just nuke the man. Psych coming in more with a one-shot, so the Demon Hunter as best he can. Do you have the one punch in place? You have a one-punch man transmog, I swear. I think you get better fist weapons than on the claws, like actual, like, knuckles. But either way, that works out pretty well. You are trying to just one-shot people. So it makes sense. GFU taking a few of those fell lances from above. What happened to Spart there? Because I was expecting for an invis for... I guess he was taking a lot of damage, though. Or maybe Spart was lagging. It did look like he was lagging a little. So maybe there was a little bit of a desync in terms of the abilities he wanted to do, and maybe a delay between some of the abilities he was able to do. Very unfortunate. What do we have? What servers are these? Chill Pills on Storm Rage. Nazgirl? What server is that? Storm Rage? Because I remember some of you guys telling me that on NA, some of you guys get really bad MS in terms of the duels. Big Dressing Gas coming in for GFU, a side forced to turtle in a defensive stance while in darkness, actually gonna get stunned onto GFU as he got booped out of the darkness, looking to escape the monk. But yeah, some of you NA boys said that some of us got really bad MS, and I wonder maybe if you're connected to like Australian servers, because that would do it, because Australia and NA are... they technically have their own servers, but they can still play together. So maybe that oceanic MS could be messing people up. I'm just wondering. It's going to be GFU trying to see if we can drag a kick to Psych. Psych barely at an inch of death. Does a fly above. Might want to fly right now. It's going to be able to pelt GFU for a little bit. GFU catching a little bit of line of sight with Vivifies and Psych. It's kind of just a sitting duck out in the open. Does he have any mobility to get the hell out? He does. Incap comes in though. Trinket, and if he wants to expect a big old leg sweep, he's going to try to see if he can blade dance out of it. Does not get to. And GFU is awaiting his next competitor, which is going to be Jimmy. Is it Jamie? Jimmy. I'll call it Jimmy. I don't know how he's supposed to say it. I like Jimmy a lot. Jimmy trying to see if he can land a kidney shot. Big old bike and Jiffy. You took no damage whatsoever. I'm gonna guess this man is stacking card Versa with a conflict and strife for the talent needed for monks. Conflict and strife with a massively powerful talent. This man is gonna have himself quite a lot of defensiveness. Every time a rogue goes for a stun, is gonna be able to dip out and teleport away from Jimmy. As the rogue is looking to hungrily chase for the guy, is gonna boop him around with a ring of peace. Blind onto the monk as Jimmy's looking for a reset. Does not want monk to go Hambo. Monk does have a trinket, karma available. Diffuse magic is there to walnut available in 50 seconds. Jimmy going for a kidney shot, open an instant trinket out of the monk into a karma. Jimmy got quite a lot of cooldowns out of this monk immediately. That's gonna be roots by the monk. Looking to get a shadow step, does get a shadow step. Does Gifu have a port? He doesn't even need to, just a single roll up the stairs and he's back in combat. Does have Vendetta sitting on him, so Jimmy trying to see if he can line up a kidney shot. Not gonna happen though with that Fist of Fury dress and everything. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't be able to kidney shot into the Fist of Fury anyway unless you have Shadow Step. Very unfortunate. Delta Surge is gonna be up next, trying to see if you might be able to. Oh, it's just a panic block. I thought Touch was gonna one-shot me with Invis. Oh, I feel you. Jiffy catching an paralysis onto Delta Surges. He got some cooldowns rolling. Playing actually balanced Druid. Got that big incarnation rolling. Interesting choice. That's gonna be probably Jiffy pulling for a port. Focus Azeroth beam for Delta Surge. This man is trying to make some interesting plays. If he gets a win here, that'll be insane. Boomkins are actually super strong in PvP. Like, they're not super amazing because, you know, the utility they have and CC they have is a little bit wacky, but they're actually pretty strong in PvP. Surprise, surprise. And Gifu is just going to try to beat up Delta Surge. Such a death is going to hit him. Delta is going to have to pop a renewal. Maybe Thorn's available sometime soon. Bart's going to be down for the time. You might be able to get a full bash. It's going to be Gifu cycling into a Diffuse Magic. Delta trying to see if he might be able to survive Bear Form right now, but no! And down he goes with Gifu taking on, what, 3? 4? That's kind of... I didn't think it would be 4, but that was a 4-0 by the Monkus. Taking him out just like that. Night King didn't really get a lot of his team to play, so maybe we can get Night King back in here, yeah? What do you boys think? Because I know that Dusty hasn't got to play, and Dusty has a group. We get Dusty versus Night King because most of his group didn't get to play at all. Only like 1 or 2 guys. Actually, I know the Monk got to play, and like prior to that was the Rogue, I think. Maybe we can get him back in, you know what I mean? I was like 55% health. That is quite low. That is true. That is quite low. That is low. Or I could get Dusty versus Boris or Seavark. And then Boris into Night King. And then Sav into whoever. I guess I could do that, right? Yeah, let's get Dusty in here. And then we'll get Night King right after. We'll get Dusty. Druid. Because if I do Dusty versus Night King, then Seavark and Boris are ready. And then that won't really work out that well. You know what I mean? Because then I'll have people playing the same groups. I want you guys to play variety. We'll go for... Messed it up. Did I mess up Dusty? Dusty, Druid, and... I'm the target. Dusty, are you online? Dusty, not online on BNet. My man, please turn yourself online, man. Please turn yourself on for me. That sounded terrible. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tacho won't hit me for more like 60k max. Well, usually it's a quite hard hitter, honestly. I'm showing offline? Should be offline, hopefully. Is it me showing offline? I'm offline? No, Dusty, you gotta turn yourself online. I don't think I need to be online or offline. No, I'm online on BNet. If you guys got groups with 5-5s, by the way, and you're trying to add me on Real ID, let me know in chat that you have a group. At me and be like, yo, I have a group. Queue us up. Elijah, and I'll queue ya. Oh yeah, there you go. Dusty's here. Now we're good. Then we'll get Boris into Night King, and then we can have Sav on the side. I just turn myself on. Ooh. Ooh. Turn yourself on, huh? That sounds fair. I'm not helping it. I'm not helping the situation. I'm just exasperating things. You don't want to exasperate those kind of things. See, we're popping into the frost. What? What? I have a group queue. What's up, Print? Let me add you on Real ID. Let me add you. Gotcha, Print. Gotcha. Hit me up with a Real ID message. And I'll get you versus whoever's up after. Whoever's ready. We'll get Print and push him in front of the line. Probably get him versus Night King, yeah? Because Night King, again, didn't really get to play much. So I'm okay with that. Twitch. We got ourselves Boom coming back in. Good old Boom. I saw age Demonology. So not the Destro shenanigans. Although you're more than welcome to play Destro. It's a good spec right now. We're playing that Demonology, man, with a massive Wraithguard. Wraithguard? Oh my god, his eyes look so painted on. They don't even look real. Except from a distance. But it looks kind of cool. Hello, we got ourselves Barkles. We got ourselves Meister Death. And Wiener Hunter. How you doing, fam? We got ourselves Seavark playing out the Frosty Dream. We got Garber in the bag. Jade Soldier going to be going up first. Very cool looking with a Mog, but oh, big CD flying for this man. He's just super corrupted. Is he even taking more damage? He's not taking more damage, but he's definitely going to take a lot of damage from a thing from beyond if he doesn't catch line of sight. Does line of sight from Barkles. We got ourselves Pink T-Rex and Thick as well. Stun onto Jade yet again as he's trying to see if he can fight versus Barkles. In range regeneration right now for the Fury Warrior. Barkles just trying to bail out. Does hit him with an imprison. Is that an imprison? Zerker rages out of it, but he doesn't get to catch any of that heals. Instead, he's catching some tentacles from Barkles. Does go for a reflect available right now, but what can you reflect from Barkles? Can you reflect that fracture stun? Can you reflect that? That'd be so cool if you can. Reaping Flames with Barkles, but Jade still alive somehow. Tries himself a commanding shout up and running. Trying to live. Think from beyond. Is going to cloak it. And try to see if he can fight through Barkles. What are these corruptions that you're running? Was it worth it though? Jade. Oh my goodness. You know what? He probably got a lot of free damage from the eyeball too. What corruption is he running that was worth running this much? Even with all the versatility, I don't know if that helps you. Only had a TD fire off. Maybe you're just trying to tag on as many damage corruptions and hope with the best. Barkle's going to be out versus Pink T-Rex. Pink already popped the trinket there. Oh, Barkle's still holding on to his trinket, but the dots are kind of doing a work on him. Got himself a big old eye beam up and running. Needs to find the cat and catch some heals from the cat, but the Feral is just sitting itself behind his time, sharpening his claws. And he's looking to get himself an opener to Barkle's. Going to be a trinket into immediate meta. Barkle's looking to catch up on some heals. Pink does get to pre-wall the stun as Barkle just continues on the stun rotation, getting a full eye beam. That's going to be extra long, extra strong metamorphosis available. Wall up for Pink T-Rex as this is a bash onto Barkle's looking to line aside the guy and run away. That's going to be in prison as he goes for a swift mend. That's going to be a pretty big tentacle still slapping as Barkles just getting crazy procs. Still staying mobile next to Pink T-Rex. Catching him low into Reaping Flames as the Feral was looking to just run away. Just run for his dream. Stunned by the Demonoda from afar. Does get to root him from a distance. As he ever trying to land some polymorphs onto Barkles. He does go for a Shadow Meld for a moment. Seavark trying to shatter as many abilities together as he can. Throwing in a Crucible. Trying to go for a Ray of Frost. Barkles is up in his face. There's going to be Frostbolts flying. If he interrupts Seavark on Frostbolts, he'll stop him from being able to do damage. But that's going to be Seavark actually going for an interrupt himself. Going to be a fly up for Barkle. Seavark blinking away behind the pillar. Barkle swapping to the pet. Might at least be able to take away the pet. That's going to be Frostbolts flying from Seavark as he gets yet another Nova onto Barkles. That's going to be even more shadows. Does he have enough? That Lance might have ended it, but that's going to be a Warlock Hellstone for Barkles from Boomasaur, dropping down darkness, even throwing a bike at Seavark. As he's looking to get next to Seavark, does hit him with a stun. Does he get the eye beam? He does not. Oh, now he gets the eye beam, but he gets interrupted. It's going to be no extra haste for Barkles. Still catching up with quite a bit of heals. And Seavark just try to kite Barkles on his metamorphosis best possible. Might have enough damage here. If he's able to get one more lance, there he goes with a flurry shatter combo. Seavark popping off one ice block. Next one available if he goes in for cold snap. He does. Popping an invis. Trying to get from Maestro Death. Playing against the Unholy Death. What is your Mog? It's just all over. It's a little bit bone. A little bit of this like Bane mask going on from Pandaria. A simple red sword. Looks like an anime character, to be honest. He does get a dot the pet. It's going to be Seawork trying to see if he might be able to land a polymorph onto Meister. Still going to try to land a poly. He's going to be trinket stunned by Meister Death. Ice Block coming out for Seawork as he sees the abomination. Seawork is playing to the Frost Mage strength. That is a double Ice Block. Meister looking for line of sight away from Seawork. Expecting for him to poke out. Is not going to get hit by the Nova from the Mage. That's going to be a whole new elemental getting summoned by Seawork. Trying to go for as many slows as he can on Meister. Might be able to wait long enough where we can land a fresh new repoly. Does land the repoly. But the pets are still approaching him slowly but surely. And Seawork just used to wait out the pets. Maybe even go for Crucibles for self-heal. Might not be a bad idea, honestly. To self-heal himself with Crucibles as much as possible. As Meister's trying to see if he might be able to catch him. Going to be a half poly. As Seawork finally might be able to get some slows into Meister. AMS is going to shield him from all the slows. Stun into Seawork. No way out of this one just yet. As the Army of the Dead is joining Seawork. If he's able to root all the pets and keep him at bay, he might be in a good spot as more Death Calls keep flying at the guy. He's going to get himself a Temporal. Trying to get more shadows rolling onto Meister. But Seawork might be down for the count here. Continuing to get Frostbolts in. Might have Meister Death low enough into a Death Pack. Won't have any healing available. Needs to go in and eliminate Seawork immediately. And does he land it? Yes, he does land the kill. Into a stun by Thick Thanos. Throwing a bike at Meister, but it does hit a wall. Very unfortunate there. And the Death Knight is going to go for the Chain of Ice strategy. The slow strat that Seawork was trying to go for. The slows are just killer. But the killer damage out of Thick is actually just obliterating Meister of Death from above. Just a little too tall for that platform. Not enough line of sight. It's going to drop down Abomination. And look at not all that hot right now as the Demon Hunter is just looking to shred through the DK, landing the Reaping Flames kill. And down goes Meister of Death with Wiener Hunter. Hunter for them wieners, you know what I mean? Just hunting. Oh, he's junior. He's not like his father. His father really brought home the wiener. Normally say brought home the bacon, but you know, that wouldn't fit with the name. He's not a bacon hunter. He's just a son. He wants to go to art school, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to continue his father's legacy, but he kind of has to in this arena as he gets a big old wiener bite off of the Demon Hunter with Garber going to be up next. That's going to be Charming favor for Wiener Hunter. Does get himself a Thorns up and running. Garber does not look like he has himself a flag. That looks like blood of the enemy for Garber. He's just looking to maybe end Wiener Hunter in the opener here. Blaze Storming out of that route is trying to catch up to Wiener Hunter. Does get himself a Bloodthirst off. So at least has some healing and 11% dampening. But Wiener Hunter does catch himself on the other side of the arena altogether. Does have a Warlock House, so he's going to get a reopener onto Garber. Was that a human racial? I think it was. Reaping Flames almost taking Garber out. The bleeds are probably going to do it. And the Warrior can't really do much against all this damage that the Feral got going on. Try to see if he might be able to whirlwind him. Stun does come in. Does get himself at least one Bloodthirst. Needs to get him a charge Bloodthirst. Does get a charge Bloodthirst in. Barely hanging in. No more defenses left. And does get hit with the Reaping Flame. He's got super low in health. And without a big versatility build, it's going to be rough. Barkas and Wiener Hunter just tearing up that team, man. There's some big players in that place up. Some huge players in there. Got a 5 res. Alright, man, let me get you in. Yo, what's his name? Fuck, what's his name? Print! Message me on Real ID if you have a group. Right now. I'll get you with Night King. While I look for res. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? You looking really blue today. Ruz, R-U-Z. I'll look for you, man. Ruz, here we go. I got you. Hit me up with a message on Real ID just so I can have you on my screen. It's so much easier for me if you guys just hit me up. Just send me any message, be like, on Real ID, yo, got a group. Just so I can see you. It's so much easier if I can see you that I can, like, move you guys around. Print popping in. 4 out of 5. Damn. Okay, Ruz, 5 out of 5. Okay, Print, we're gonna have to put you, like, here. So we're gonna have to get somebody into you. Probably Boris. We got Ruz versus Night King here real quick, yeah? Because Night King has been waiting his team. I mean, he didn't really get to play. Only like 2 guys of his team got to play. So let's get Night King in here. Frost DD, yeah. Seawork, you played it as best as you could, man. It only is good in duels against certain classes. Print 5 out of 5? Damn. Okay, Print, I'll get you versus Boris immediately, man. As soon as I can. As soon as I can. Trust me. Oh, they got Ruz and Night King going up. Let's try the Frost. It's hard to pull off, but fun to play. Oh yeah, it's super fun to play, but in duels, definitely hard to pull off. It's one of those specs, looks like a Shadow Priest. It's better in a 3v3 combination when somebody else can stun for you, and you can just do damage while polymorphing another guy. The roots can be huge, man. Just rooting people and keep constant slows. It can be great. Double Ice Block is a great setup for defensives. Maybe if Fire Mages didn't have the Greater Pyro on, like, maybe if like G-Pie went on a 15-second cooldown like it's gonna be in Shadowlands, maybe if we see a lot more people playing Frost just because you can have more damage, but maybe Frost G-Pies will still be able to like make a play, make a lineup. You don't know. Hopefully we'll see more Frost Mages in the future. Blizzard just gotta give them, I feel like Blizzard's gotta give them a better opportunity. Like when you get all your damage procs, you really should slap in PvP, right? You really should be deadly. Like you already have the whole ramp up where you have to Frostbolt to build up icicles, but like once you have 5 icicles and you get some procs, those things should obliterate, in my opinion. And they do a bit of damage, but like I feel like they should be able to one-shot. But that's just me. It just feels like kind of, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Switch. Who do we got? We got ourselves. Chillpill's gonna be going up first versus Ruzzo. Ruzzo with skill issues, and we got Lo-Fi Hip Hop Peachy and Kylie Jenner. And Ruzzo is gonna try to see if he can go for a big old setup on the Chillpills with Electric Fist of Fury. He's gonna be hit with a Strangulate. Chillpill's playing up the Frosty playstyle. Does he have himself the bounce and snowball for all those images? Because with Ruzzo, that would actually be quite value. Because that would actually do quite a bit of damage to him. Looks like this man is not gonna be playing the bouncy snowball called Chillbane, right? Touch of death on the Chillpills. He's just gonna have to wait it out a little bit. That's gonna be IBF, AMS, into a Pillar of Frost, Hunger and Rune weapon, every cooldown available. Or maybe just Hunger and Rune weapon. I was just looking for Hunger and Rune weapons. Just trying to get them runes up and running. On Team Red, we also got us as Brandon, Acid Trips, GFU, and Kaz the Lord. And Chillpills is gonna have himself hell of a game versus one of the most mobile classes in the game ever, a Windwalker Monk. The hit and run playstyle, massive parries out of Fist of Fury, great heals, a load of cooldowns. Probably one of the deadliest bursts available, with Chillpills, who's the complete opposite. A more sustained-based, very slow wheelchair class. Big thing for Beyond, running at Ruzzo. Doesn't go for a karma or anything. Trying to slow it down. Save, go, trick, and proc it, but that's not really keeping him alive. Into a Twisted Appendage, which Chillpills has to eliminate. Big rip, but Ruzzo is trying to leap behind the pillar. Perfect play by Chill. Waited until a perfect moment on a roll. Gripped him on a roll as he had nothing left. There's like, who is next? Which one of you is next? As the Team Blue is still trying to decide who's going to be next. Looks like it's going to be Peachy with Chillpills popping out of the human racial. What I was going to say is Chillpills is super slow. Death Knight, wheelchair. You know, what can you do much about it? Then Death Knight's also about sustain, especially Frost. Death Knights have quite a bit of cooldowns, but everything is on GCD compared to the swift playstyle of hit and run. Big cooldowns for a monk. Chillpills is more about sustain. He needs a target to heal off of for death strikes. He can't really catch up to monks, but that one nice play and a thing from beyond, of course, just turn things into his favor versus Peachy, who actually likes to tussle with the muscle. He got himself berserk, so he's completely fine just playing sustained playstyle with Chillpills as he's getting regrowth. And for Chillpills, that's a target for him to death strike off of. Peachy is going to eventually go for a hit and run, going for the Guardian Affinity so he can get himself Frenzy to heal him. Trinket out of that stun as Chillpills trying to ramp up with his damage, and Peachy just juking himself out of there with a massive dash. That dot on Peachy, though, that's the only thing that Chillpills really has that's advantageous. Because that might keep Peachy in combat forever and at least break him out of stealth. AMS coming down for the Thorns, giving Chillpills quite a lot of runic power. Even before he needed that transfusion, he was just fueling that runic power while AMS was just leeching from Thorns. And Peachy's looking to bleed up Chillpills and just kind of AFK and kite him around. The dots are up on Peachy, so he will not be able to catch himself a proper opener, as the diseases are going to keep hitting him unless Chillpills does forget to refresh the dots. It's got to be reopened as Chillpills puts the Feral out away from any pillars. If he can just keep the Feral away from a pillar for just a moment, he's hoping to get a grip out of the Chillpills into a stun. Chillpills, perfect opportunity for him to maybe get some big damage. Trying to ramp up onto Peachy. Peachy is going to go for refreshing bleeds, get a short maim onto Chillpills. Is going to stop him in place for a second. Going for the Death Pact to try to see if he can keep the Feral in combat. Won't be able to do much about it, sadly. And this pillar game is just super advantageous to the Feral, as he can just go behind the pillar and just catch himself a little bit of reset. And all Chilpus can do is just go for death pacts, sit out in the open, and hopefully catch Peachy just out of position. And I think Chilpus just will have to play the pillar. He might just have to. Because Peachy can just sit out by the pillar the whole time. It's going to be bleeds into roots, and I think Peachy is just going to try to go for a rod and playstyle. With Chilpus, if he plays his grips and stuns and chain of ice properly, might be able to get enough sustained damage in onto Peachy to really put a dent. As Peachy is actually out of wall and renewal, Thorns is up and that's AMS available for Chill. That's going to be a lot of runic power. Does go for a grip onto Peachy. Peachy back and bear from going for Frenzied Regen. So that's going to be with a one big heal in a while. There's going to be a Shadow Melt into a restun onto Chill. It's not going to last too long though. Peachy is able to recover quite a bit of health. Big bite into a root onto Chill Pills. Unless you got some cooldowns rolling. Yeah, this pillar might be the end to the Death Knight. Unless Chill Pills has a trick up his sleeve somehow, some way. This could be the end to the DK. It's going to kind of let the dots attack Peachy. It looks like he was able to, I guess, hit the Feral out of stealth. With Peachy also being on a team with Warlocks, he does have the Warlock Hellstones too. This is going to make it that much harder. Peachy trick is out of stun by Chill. It's going to try to hit him with Reap Your Flames. It's going to be a bite to follow and down he goes. There's just not a lot he can do. He has to play the pillar. He has to play the pillar. Not a lot you could do in that situation. Gonna be a stun onto Kaz the Lord for a quick second. As Peachy is looking to get himself a big setup onto the Paladin. Thorns to follow right after Kaz. Trying to see if he might be able to get some damage back to Peachy. Sitting in better form. Fred's region maybe used a little early. Thorns are up. If he might be able to reconnect with Peachy, that Shield of Vengeance might be able to pop back into Peachy. Could potentially do it. His wings are up and running. Big damage out of it. Peachy taken out just like that. Kaz the Lord taking him out. And next up is going to be Kylie Jenner, the Assassination Unless Subtlety Rogue. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm going to guess an Assassination Rogue. Most rogues are Assassination these days. But for Kaz, that was just dropping down a flag of ownership into Peachy, man. He felt good about that one. Hopefully the flag of ownership doesn't go back to bite you, you know what I mean? That would be very, very unfortunate. It's going to be Kylie Jenner dressed again with a Twisted Appendage, dropping Kaz the Lord in the opener to half health without a Vendetta. And Kaz is not looking that good. Might need to bubble or bop here. It's going to get us stunned to Kylie Jenner. Tricky coming out. It's going to be a bubble out of the Paladin with the flashlights immediately as we hit in the 7 minutes mark almost in just 30 seconds. 10% dampener, boys. Kylie Jenner getting hit with a slow is going to get a good roll into Kaz the Lord. Needs to get himself a Shield of Vengeance up and running. Normal Tricky coming out. Not human racial. Shield of Vengeance up right now. Kylie Jenner has the cloak blinding the Paladin. And it's looking for another reset. Might be a quick bop out of Kaz the Lord. He needs to make a play against Kylie Jenner. He needs to get some resources. He needs to anticipate that cloak, land that Hodge with wings up and running. That's going to be the only play he really has left. Unless he can somehow just survive through it. Because he has a lot of damage ready. He should have a lot of resources. He needs to make a play and anticipate Kylie Jenner. Pop it in a bop as soon as the kidney shot comes out. It's going to be a vanish out of the rogue. And Kaz goes for a heal. He's not going to have a trinket for this one. He's just trying to recover and get himself as much health as possible. He might be able to outlast this. 40 seconds left until Shield of Vengeance. The sap is fine. If the sap lasts a full duration, it's like what, 6, 7, 8 second sap? That's perfectly okay. The sap can sit there for the whole duration. Getting a good road. He's trying to run away from the rogue, trying to make this duel last as long as possible. Just 30 seconds or 25 seconds needed. It's just an advantage and a rogue popping in the cloak. Might not have enough damage here through the kidney. No cloak to stop the damage from the Paladin. Kaz the Lord might have some in here. As it cleanses the poisons, the rogue is going to be behind the stealth. Kaz the Lord 10 seconds on Shield of Vengeance, looking to push it at the rogue. And the rogue catching a reset. Sap onto the Paladin yet again. It is an 8 second sap. You're right. You're right, Dal. How'd you know? Yeah, it is a 4 second sap. Has it always been 8 seconds? Really? Seems like a lot. Getting this shot onto Kaz. Super DR. Does Kaz have enough resources here? He might have the things he need into an evasion by the rogue. If he has a full setup, got resources. Hodge onto Kylie Jenner. It's going to be at the normal trinket up and running. Smoke bomb. Kaz, does he have a way to catch up? Hand of Freedom is trying to keep him moving. But Kylie Jenner looks like he might be able to catch a reset. Paladin keeping him in combat. Shield of Vengeance does proc next to him. Safeguard Trick comes in as a Warlock Hellstone is used. At the same time, Kylie Jenner does get to survive this for now. but it is slowed. The Paladin is just around the corner. It isn't over just yet. Looking for a kidney shot. Trinket by the Paladin, taking out the Rogue. Second flag down for the count. Next up is going to be skill issues. I want to say it's Destro Warlock. Got a nice little wand, nice little crown, and a nice little succubus. For Kaz, this is going to be kind of rough. No bubble available for 47 seconds. Especially, yeah, this is a Destro Warlock. Try to see if it might be able to get rooted into Kaz, but it has a Hand of Freedom prematurely. Just try to keep that Hand of Freedom ahead of time. Got to execute setups onto skill issues with a Hodge. Does he get the cooldowns out of him? That's going to be minute-long waits coming in for Kaz the Lord. Not going to get any value off him. And skill issues looking to CC Kaz, dropping down a massive Infernal, has a Shield of Vengeance. Will he even get to use it as a full Chaos Bolt comes in? Shield of Vengeance is up as he's getting stunned. That's a defensive Shield of Vengeance. That Chaos Bolt breaking through with the Cataclysm through that Shield of Vengeance, trying to heal through the damage, has bubble available if he needs to. Kaz the Lord might be able to use that bubble offensively here. As skill issues looking to catch up to him, not going for Dark Soul. Trying to get a double come flag onto Kaz. Looks like Kaz had extra mobility ready. 10 minutes in, 31% dampening. Still super extremely low in health. Reflect is up for skill issues as Infernal finally goes down. Kaz wanted to go offensive. It's going to be Gateway set up for skill issues. Kaz is just continuing to throw whatever he can at skill issues from afar. Needs to generate more resources. Going to be a succubus CC. Has a trigger for this one if he needs to. Is going to get hit with a come flag. Hand of Freedom up and running immediately. Try to flash light as much as possible. He has a succubus to generate resources from if he wants to. Might be able to get himself some resources back. Maybe Hodge back up faster. Whatever talent setup he's got going on. Shield of Vengeance is up. I think the Paladin wants to make that Shield of Vengeance really count. Execute setups onto skill. Trinkets out of that Mortal Coil. Wall coming up for skill issues as Kaz gets himself some damage rolling. Skill, popping wall and fearing the Paladin away. Continue to spam fear. Emily coming out and Kaz is going to be able to get himself at least some healing rolling. Shadow Fear trying to hit him around the corner. Skill is having a little bit of issue killing out the Paladin. I mean, he probably still has skill for it, but he also has issues, skill issues. Well, actually, it's not an issue of skill, just issues with the Paladin more than anything. Let's be honest here. You guys playing just fine. The Paladin just tried to play ahead of him as best as possible. Does almost catch him. I don't know about that fear. While Succubus seduce into a Chaos Bolt trying to line up. And Kaz has been able to stride through this and survive so far. He's been doing a really good job so far against skill. Intro reflect available. Execution sentence. Don't get reflected on, I think. Maybe he does. Fear onto Kaz and Kaz get a Hodge at his skill. Might be able to go for some damage. Nope, he gets himself a Wake of Ash to stun the pet. Get some resources. But he's still on the run as the Dark Soul's ability is up. Skill just needs to get himself one Chaos Bolt onto the Paladin, and then the Paladin is on the run immediately. No matter the class you are, even if you're Paladin, not a Paladin, going to be an interrupt on the fear. Chaos Bolts could come out as Kaz trying to go for some damage. That's going to be Succubus. Seduction has a Shield of Vengeance on him. Skill is far enough away where he can still get some damage. Dropping down the Infernal into maybe a fear log. Does he get it? Into a Chaos Bolt, into Kaz, into yet another fear. Immolate is up and running. Hand of Freedom for the Paladin. Just so he at least can move into a Shadow Fear around the corner. Cataclysm around the corner. And a Rain of Fire. If Skill just gets one Chaos Bolt off of the Kaz somehow, that's going to be it. Maybe the Skill walks up with a Reflect, and Kaz hodges himself. Does get to hodge onto a Mortal Coil. Kaz is not in the fight, still playing defensively as the time ticks away. The dampening is just playing right against this man. A Skill ants him. I think just the Infernal beat him up. Brandon going to be going up next as a Feral Druid. A little bit of corruption on this man. Interrupting the fear by the looks of it from skill issues, and looks like he's going to get the bleeds and up. And now the Warlock is just melting. And now the Warlock is just melting. After watching Kaz the Lord do what he could. One few bit of bleeds, few bites, few bleeds, few shreds out of Brandon. Few paper cuts and skill issues, just super extremely low in health. Brandon looking to end him. Mortal Coil is probably set it up and ready to go for skill any moment. It's going to hit him with Crucible. Reflect is up and I think he's done. Yeah, you done. Brandon's going to be up versus Lo-Fi Hip Hop. Play the Demonology. I like your Mog. I like the weapon, like the helm. It's kind of mishmash of everything, but I'm not against it. I kind of dig it. Not gonna lie. Into an opener by Brandon. Gonna be a counter stun by the pet. Trinkets out of it with the Mortal Coil, and Lo-Fi Hip Hop is gonna have the crowd control here. Is gonna have to go for a slow play style with Hanagle Duns, trying to get himself a full Tyrant. Does he have any kind of CC onto Brandon? He is gonna be able to leap away from the Tyrant, trying to run at the add the druid. Does have the tyrant on the side. Even bear from won't protect you. Having to run from the tyrant. The warlock needs to somehow kite the feral into the tyrant. Feral decided, you know what? I'm gonna fight the warlock. Tyrant is around the corner. It's gonna get one slap in there. Only one cast. And for Lo-Fi, that's a lot of his damage gone. Got a couple pets, and they're gonna be doing a bit of damage though. Actually, quite a lot of pets right now for Lo-Fi. And Brandon's gonna have to wall this. Now the wall is gonna prevent all that pet damage for the time being. Lo-Fi having to pop a wall, trying to see if he can fight through Brandon. There's still GFU and ASUS troops on team red left. I don't know if Lo-Fi is going to be able to play against this all that easily. As Brandon does spawn a corruption tentacle, it's going to start hitting one of the pets of the warlock. Not exactly what he wants. That's going to be a pet stun by the warlock from one corner. Lo-Fi looking to mortal column on the other side. Got some resources rolling, some more pets up and running. Wall, maybe last one for Brandon. Just surrounded by pets. Is he playing Rest of Affinity? There goes the Swiftman. That answers my question. And Lo-Fi just kind of waiting for Brandon, man. He's just waiting, let him do his thing. Setting up a gateway in case he wants to get around. Letting the cat somehow catch a restealth, unless it was Shadow Meld restealth, which it might have been. And Lo-Fi looking to maybe end Brandon right now. It's going to be stuns getting traded by both of them. Hannah go down by. Lo-Fi has a reflect up, but it's going to be bad by Brandon. Does Brandon have enough damage here? The pets do take him out. Just got enough of those pets that did do a little bit of damage. Brandon was out in the open for maybe too long. Got Lo-Fi super low. And he could have maybe made a play. And GFU got to get tagged down by the pets immediately. Lo-Fi just doesn't have a lot of health. We are at 15 minutes in with 63% dampening. If this warlock gets a single kill at this low of dampening, he'll be a champ. I guarantee ya. He'll be a champ in my eyes as GFU try to see if he might be able to get himself some distance covered with Lo-Fi into an in-cap. That's done. He's going to trinket out of it. Does Lo-Fi have an answer for it? Touch of Death is probably going to signify the end to Lo-Fi unless he has an Invis and this trinket. Got himself double the pets into another fear into GFU into a tyrant. Might be able to get some big damage here. Big touch of death onto him. GFU looking to land that touch of karma. That's going to be reflect available for Lo-Fi. And does go for a port. Does get away from the pet completely. Karma up and running. There's going to be an interrupt into Lo-Fi. And that's going to be the end to him. Not a lot you can really do at the end there. Kaz the Lord with 2 kills. Just about everybody on team red got a kill except for 1. And just about everybody, actually literally everybody on team blue, got to play. Good deal, boys. Alright, let's get another one going, yeah? 33% dampening. Flash of light, by the way. Yeah. It is a little rough over there, isn't it? We got Boris and Print. Seavark got Boom. Alright, we gotta get Seavark versus Sav, I think, if Sav has a group. If Sav doesn't have a group, we can get Dusty in here again. Print and Boris. Here we go. Wait, what? No mark? Okay. Night King, your team just got to play. We'll get you guys around the corner. We might get you guys versus Seavark, actually. Or versus Dusty. 5v5 ready to go. Alright, we'll get Sav versus Seavark. Then we'll get Dusty versus Night King. And we'll have Ruz on standby versus whoever is ready after. Probably Boris. Now we got enough people where I can actually rotate you so you guys are actually playing against new people. I got you guys in a position where I can rotate you like a carousel. And you guys can actually play against different people. This is cool, man. This is actually cool. Alrighty, boys. Switch. What do we got on each team? Demoniac on team red. Still looking very corrupted. We got ourselves Kane in the back. We got Lisa. Lisa? Is that Lay the rogue, but Lay now on a demon hunter? Is that what it is? Palm as well as P Blood. How you doing, man? Are we gonna see some sub-rogue gameplay? 1 dagger, 1 sword. Unless you're trying out some outlaw, I think this is gonna be some big old sub. We got us as Goralex as a Beast Master Hunter, super giga corrupted. Interesting. I want to see what his build is gonna be. We got Nickel back in here. Can't even see this man's face. Oh wow, he's a wild man. We got us as Olay. We got Print as well as Severe into an in-cap onto Kane as Monk versus Monk gameplay is gonna come in with touch of death going into Kane. Trying to stop the damage from Nickelback as best as he can. Is gonna go for a diffuse magic. This is going to take the smallest amount of touch of the damage ever seen by man. As Nickelback did pop a wall to make the touch of do a bit more damage. This man got hooks for hands. I didn't even realize that looks so cool. Touch of death onto Nickelback as he got a Fist of Fury onto Kane. And Kane turning it around. Big touch of death is probably going to end Nickelback right now. I think it only ticked. I guess it ticked that quickly. I didn't realize it was going to be ticking that fast, but that's going to be a karma. By Nickelback onto Kane. Kane responding with his own karma. It's going to be twisted appendage onto Kane. Nickelback looking to recover. With the Fist of Fury, as both fists from both monks collided. Nickelback is still behind on health. Not looking good at all. Trying to see if he can tiger slash out of there. And that's going to be an in-cap with a trinket at the last second. Going to be a trinket for Kane. Interrupting Nickelback. And down he goes. Dead Man Wonderland. Is that what it is? Interesting. With Seaver going to be up next. Yo, Nickelback tried his best, man. Made a little bit of a misplay when he got a touch of death and Kane just completely bailed out. And then it was just a cooldown chess match. Nickelback popping cooldowns, Kane following up, and now Kane is exhausted though on all the CDs. And Seaver, I think, is gonna take it home. With Palm coming in next. Seaver only popped one defensive. I don't know about offensives. Might have done touch death and everything. Palm is gonna have two set of appendages to break through. Big blood of the enemy onto Seaver. Popped in a fear. Somewhere in between of that stun. That's gonna be covered by Seaver. Palm just completely went berserk onto the monk. Big blood of the enemy. I don't know why he threw a fear in between. Maybe he was expecting for Seaver to trinket out of that Stormbolt. But he threw in a fear. That was a global he probably didn't need to use. It actually looks like Palm is actually the one taking the damage right now. Trying to see if he can survive. And he actually just went through full health. What did Seaver do to him? I didn't even look. I actually blanked out. And that's going to be stabbed by P Blood. Coming into the sub rogue. Shadow Blades up and running. Available. Getting a shot onto Seaver. Does trick it out of it immediately with legs whip on P Blood. Trying to see if he might be able to get a trick out of P Blood. Wasn't touch of death to follow. It's going to be twisted appendage to follow after. Seaver popping and diffuse magic. Trying to diffuse as much damage from P Blood if there's any magic in nature. P Blood is going to be able to vanish away from the touch of death. Seaver trying to see if he can meet him down the middle. The sap still comes in. No more mark for death available for P Blood. At least for a while. Unless he has one back up. Nightblade is going to go for a cheap shot. Does he go for the big damage? Bike to follow with the Reaping Flame into Eviscerates back-to-back. Kidney shot does come back. Still trying to get this Eviscerates up and running on Seaver. And that's going to be an evasion for P-Blood. Seaver catching a little bit of Vivify. As a blind gun thrown by that Sly guy. Trying to see if he might be able to get rid of the boy. P-Blood is going to have another go here, man. Reaping Flames and through a bike. I don't know if he has Gesture Gas Trinket or not. Hopefully he does. I think he kind of needed a sub-rogue. It does so much damage. And Seaver just trying to see if he might be able to get a leg sweep. That's got to be leg. Trinkets out, but Peel Blood. Kidney shot onto Seaver. Trying to make a play. The Eviscerates are doing work. The hit and runs are happening, but it's almost like Peel Blood just needs just a little bit of extra pressure. Just a tentacle to spawn or anything. Maybe a Raden weapon slap. Something just to complete the transaction of Eviscerates into the health bar of Seaver. And Seaver popping in some cooldowns. Fist of Fury surrounding Peel Blood. Trying to see if he can shadow step. Oh my god! Well, maybe now I understand what happened to Palm. Because I remember looking at Palm's health and I was thinking, man, this guy's healthy, and then wait, he's gone. What happened? The same thing happened to Blood. You would think that man vanished. Nope. He disappeared. It's a whole another story. As in, he disappeared and people are looking for him. No one knows what happened. Seaver popping in diffuse magic against some of the magical damage by Demonic as he goes for the slow and the Thing from Beyond. Being assassination, you actually do have quite a nice slow for the Thing from Beyond. Try to stay away from it as best as possible. The Thing from Beyond does kind of play against Demoniac, but if he's careful. That crippling poison slow on the Thing from Beyond will give you a little bit of maneuverability. Kidney shot onto Seaver does trick it out of it. Into Elixir and touching that on Demonic. Looking like Demonic wants to go for advantage out of the touch death, trying to maximize the damage to Seaver. And that's going to be Thing from Beyond vanishing out of with a cloak. Oh no, Seaver just proccing in that Thing from Beyond. Making it that much harder for this rogue to play to his playstyle. What corrupts does Demonic have? It must be like a bunch of tentacles though. It has to be a bunch of tentacles, right? Sad by the rogue as he wants to have another go at Seaver with a kidney shot. Vendetta up and running. No trinket available for the monk. Do they get to survive through this? Dress coming in by the rogue as Seaver popping in. Karma as a Vendetta and Dots are up and running. It's going to be blind on Demoniac. The images are on Demoniac. The images by themselves could proc maybe a Thing from Beyond. But it looks like Demoniac slowed down the images. It's actually playing the full slow game right now. Actually slowing down the world. Very interesting. And Seaver is just going to have to take those openers from the rogue until they have a leg sweep. Demonic still holding on to a trinket if he ever needs to. No Cloak of Shadows. Evasion is available. No Vanish. And Demonic not getting the tentacle proc yet. Really needs one. He got himself kidney shot opener. Didn't get the proc. Time to go again. But comes in the in-cap from Sivir into Alexa with Demonic. Does he have no damage? Big dress together into Demonic with the Reaper Flames to follow. Catching him with the Fist of Fury after. Evasion up for the Rogue. Is just trying to get some poisons onto Sivir, who is going to pop a wall. But looking like he doesn't actually want to engage with the Rogue. He actually is going to back away from Demoniac. And that's going to be yet another kidney shot by the Rogue. Mark for it and Venom as Demonic just playing kind of... He decided to play aggressive. Decided to play very, very aggressive with Sivir. Sivir trying to see if he can keep him in combat. This is going to be a bike thrown from afar as Sivir does get the images. I think Demonic does go to get a slow on all the images and everything. Finally, those things are being sent. And Sivir is still super low on health. Demonic can close in any moment. He can just shadow step and get a kidney shot. He's building calm points. Man, this guy is just going for literally just like put dots on somebody and then just keep him slow. Just outrun the enemy. Sivir is having a really hard time catching him. No more defenses available for Demoniac. Vanishes back up though. Could be as offensively or defensively. Let's see more utility than anything. It's gonna be tricky from Sivir. Does he get a leg sweep? Looks like this man has got a backpedaling with this Rogue. Is he? Catching him in an in-cap leg sweep. It's not gonna be a trinket on Demoniac. Has advantage for the touch of death. So he could definitely get out of there immediately. Dress together, I think, onto Demoniac. Vanish coming out. Touch of Death is not going to do any damage unless somehow Sivir did catch him out before the cell was up. That's going to be Demoniac going back for the kiting playstyle with Sivir. If he has a kidney shot, it might be good. Kidney shot onto Sivir. Does Demoniac get to kill it here? Super low on health himself, actually. Not looking all that good. Looks like the eyeball is going to be melting the poor boy. Maybe he's playing Ooze Blood. Maybe he's playing Ooze Blood, actually. Oh yeah, that's going to be Reaper Flames by Sivir. Wait, the Reaper Flames back by Lei! Oh my goodness, Lei! Why you gotta do him like that? Reaper Flames can be so cheesy, you can just snipe someone out of there. And Goralek is going to be up next as a very, very corrupted Beastmaster Hunter. You can't even see his face! He's just... You can't even see his eyes! Wait, can you see those eyes in Helmet before him? I think the helm has like a little shade in front of it, so it's so hard to see. But it looks kind of spooky, man. It looks like he's corrupted. I mean, he literally is. With corruptions. Which is literally the word name of the thing. Goralek looking to just go for a kiting spree with Lisa, letting the Panzer work as a metamorphosis comes in to close the gap. Turtle Shell coming in for Goralek immediately. What corruptions does he have? What corruptions is he playing to make him want to like... go hardcore with corruptions like this? Looks like Goralek is going to go for Feign Death for a second, and I think the Demon Hunter is still able to reach him from afar. Think from the tentacle coming in actually from Lisa. I was thinking those tentacle from Goralek maybe. Stun onto the Hunter for just a moment. Not looking all that healthy right now. Does get himself a pet heal with a Survival of the Fittest. As he's trying to dip behind some of the tombstones. Not really able to go that much that far. And does go down. Whatever the playstyle he was with going with corruptions did not get the procs unless he was going for raw stats. Lei is going to be up next as another Demonology Warlock sending in the pets, and that's going to be a full random Tyrant spawning onto him. Does get a stun onto Lisa with another Tyrant coming in. It's going to be a Tyrant that doesn't sacrifice the pets, but it looks like it's going to be the Tyrant that empowers the pets and kind of lets him do the work. Very interesting. But he's trying to get some damage onto Lisa, doing as many slaps as he can. Big item coming out for Lisa right now, though. And a fear to follow by Ole. Ole? Ole. Dropping down darkness, but then flying out of it. Does he feel that confident fighting a warlock? A demonology warlock, no other. Outside of darkness, I don't know if that actually helped him. I think that might have been a few fell lances that were reflected back into Ole, and looks like Lisa does get taken down. Maybe with stars? I'm not even sure what killed him, but he does get taken down. That's for sure, because Ole did get a kill. That was a 4-kill streak for Sivir. That was actually quite nasty. The burst out of this monk is actually quite insane, man. It's actually quite insane. That's actually super fun to watch. Alright, let's get Sav and Seavark in here, yeah? Let's get your boy Sav and your boy Seavark in here, boys. 4 out of 4. Whoa, Sav and you're 5 out of... There we go. I was gonna save for a second, man. Yeah, 4 out of 4, cue me up. I mean, I guess it could, but it's like, it's super fun. Playing someone with no gear, got 5. Alright, man. Alright, we'll check out that playing someone with no gear for Seavark. Night King versus Dusty, and Rosin of baseline against Boris or Print. Either one of those available. Into Dalaran sewers we go, boys. Welcome to my sewer. Just don't run much through it. It was embarrassing. Don't look, don't look. That was intense? Oh yeah, it was. Warlock gang? Yeah, dude. What, I so good right now? Said it was funny. How does the trash, dude? Come on, man. He was trying to go something special. Beastmaster Hunters are tough to play PvP. I tell you that right now. They actually do no damage in PvP. In PvE, they're great. In PvP, I think Blizzard nerfed them and maybe went a little too harsh. But they're probably like, man, we don't want him to do all damage as pets. What can you do, right? Which? What do we got? We got ourselves Boomasaur on Team Red. We got Seavorix as a rogue. Are we playing sub? That's a rogue with some balls, though. He said he had no gear, so let's see how well he plays. We got Garber, we got Saragars, we got ourselves Worgen here as well. Worgren, actually. Are you survival? You are survival versus team of 4? I wish it was a team of 5, but we got Decapitator, Depression, Haas, Breslu, Haas, and Spart. Can I grab a sip of water? Nope, these boys are getting in. I can't even drink. We gotta have Boomasaur popping in the reflect immediately. Depression, if he goes for an interrupt while reflect is up, he actually will not be able to, because the interrupt for Demon Hunters is a magical. Gonna be a trinket for Depression as the second stun comes in, and that's gonna be turning up and running. Not gonna be sacrificing those little imps. Those imps will get to serve their purposes. A Mortal Coil comes in. Demonic Charge just running too. Depression not even trying to tag him with gas. And finally, the pets are starting to collapse on top of the Demon Hunter. And for Boomasaur, this is not looking that good as the second Tyrant runs in, actually trying to see if he can blow up Depression right now. And the Gul'dan's rolling in for Boomasaur as he's trying to get a setup onto Depression. Trying to make as many plays as he can. Stun onto the Demon Hunter, trying to get another hand of Gul'dan rolling. And that's going to be a big old port away for Boomasaur for just a quick second. With yet another Tyrant. So many Tyrants enjoying the fight, prolonging the duration of some of these pets. Why is that pet stunned? Did you see that pet stunned? His Felgar was just stunned and looking like, huh? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Why are you looking at me? You want me to come in and help? I don't want to go in over there. Look at him, dude. He's a massive demon. He's gonna eat me alive. I don't like it. Mortal Coil comes in for Boomasaur as he's continuing this intense duel between the two. Stun onto Depression. Might have enough of those pets. The firing squad is here. This firing squad of wild imps. The wild simps following Boomasaur. They're the biggest fans of Boom. The follow and subscribe to all his accounts. They donate him their souls. Oh my god, the angle the Boomasaur got in. We can see inside of the arena sort of kinda. Reflect output available for Boomasaur. Sparta is gonna try to peel it off immediately. Gonna be an interrupt on Sparta because Boomasaur's super low. Boom cannot catch himself or reset whatsoever to get him in a Warlock house to inspire. Blinking around the corner is going to get an interrupt onto Boomasaur. As he's blinking to pushing in on top of the Demon Wallage of Warlock is going to take him out. Just had him on the ropes and just took advantage of that situation as soon as he could. With Seavorix going up next, I think as a sub-rogue, maybe an assassination. Landing the sap, trying to see if he might be able to make a play. Where this attack is from? Is that Siege of Wangamar? That has to be like water, Siege of Wangamar. Just TD coming in for Seavorix as Spar does ice block it immediately. Seavorix is playing that. Assassination? No, Nightblade. That's gotta be a big old eviscerates coming in. And Seavorix actually doing quite a bit of damage to Spart. Forcing Temporal out of the mage and only forcing Ice Block out of the man. As the Arcane Missiles are trying to do some damage to Seavorix. Spart is going to set some Arcane Missiles to Seavorix, trying to see if he can blink around him as best possible. Going to be Shadow Meld for Seavorix. And Spart will going to have to go for an Invis. Try to see if he can get Seavorix out. Does not get to. That's quite rough, man. That can definitely be a little bit rough. As Seavorix does catch a full reset. It looks like Saragars is DC'd. Hopefully he'll come back sometime soon. I'm sad that Team Blue only came in with 4 people, but what can you do? What can you do? Spart picking up the eye to maybe see if he might be able to catch Seavorix. Does get to take him out of stealth. Does he go for the Tempest? It doesn't look like Spart is playing the Tempest at all. He just, oh wait, no, there it is. There it is. The Tempest is in the game. It is going to do a little bit of damage to Seavorix. Very little damage. Very small amounts of damage. But it is going to do at least procs from Azeroths. Or maybe actually does do damage, but the animation kind of lingers on too long on an enemy. Maybe. This guy don't even have a 75 neck. Oh god. Oh man, so you actually don't have a lot of health either, do you? And Morphinator makes it as a 5th person on Team Blue. There's a boy. Nice. We have actually a full Team Blue. I'm happy to see that. Spart is actually finding Seavark for a second to try to see if he can hit him with some arcane missiles. He's going to hit him with a Nova. Born of power for Spart. Trying to see if he can go for the big plays on the Seavark. Hits him with a Nether Tempest. That Nether Tempest is doing a little bit of damage. But ruin a power play by Spart. That's a power play right there. Shadow Step by Seavark is going to be a pre-temporal for Spart. Seavark is going to sink in a couple of Eviscerates in there. One of those Eviscerates is going to get rehealed through. Quite a bit of damage on a Seavark either way, though, with a cheap shot on the Spart right after. A Spart trying to catch himself an Invis. That's going to be, I think, a real Invis. That's going to be a 60% damage reduction. And actually, the Spart itself, not looking all that healthy for Seavark. Is going to land the Rune of Power, trying to get those big-ass missiles in there. And Seavark trying to see if he can catch them blind inside. Those missiles are actually shredding the man. Those were actually huge missiles. The Spartan trying to use as many instant casts as he can to maybe get himself some health back. Seavark catching a bunch of heals for Boomasaur as a Warlock Hellstone does come into play. Getting a shot onto Spartan, he does shrink it out of it and blinks away from Seavark. Blinking right back into that cheap shot, however. And Spart with a temporal is the only bit of healing that he has, only bit of survivability I might give him. Shadow Step by Seavark as he gets around Spart. He does go for an instant cast to give him some heals, whatever he can. And Seavark wants to end him right now. Spart is super low on health, does go for a short invis. Spart might be able to get himself some food, maybe some recovery. Maybe catch Seavark out in the open. Not playing Arcane Orb is getting a little bit tough though here, because he could have just thrown an orb randomly. Where Seavark thought he saw him. And looks like it's going to be into Spart as Eviscerate. Final Eviscerate slams down onto his head. Down he goes. Looks like Haas might be next. And I think he wants to give Seavark a little bit of an honor duel here. Haas looking fairly corrupted himself though, so that could be a pretty dangerous situation for him. But we'll see how well he ends up playing it. At the 6-minute mark, we'll see if he's able to play it at all here. Walking past one another. I'm going to guess Haas is maybe an assassination rogue. That's a double subtlety. That'll be interesting for sure. And you can see Haas, unless... I'm going to guess this guy isn't transmugged at all. So his cloak isn't super high. Going to be Seavark AoEing him out. Cheap shot comes in by Haas as he does play that assassination gun. This mutilates in there. Oh, to Seavark with a big old blood of the enemy to follow. With a Vendetta right after, Seavark popping in cloak against some of the poison damage, looking to get himself a Nightblinder to Haas. Could be a trinket out of the rogue as big Eviscerates come in onto the rogue. Big cheap shots back to back with a cold blood. Trinkets out. It actually does get to get one last slap of a Shadow Strike in there. And Decapitator is looking to end Seavark's beautiful, glorious run, but a sap stops him and plays the Decapitator. Got his both axes sharpened. He's ready to go anytime, any moment now. Seavark, my man, if you end up taking out Decapitator and Morphinator, man. What's your item level on this rogue? What is your item level? It'd be hilarious if it's like 410 or something. This man is just blasting fools. Oh, Decapitator getting taunted. Seavark dancing in front of him for just a mere second. And then vanishes away. This might be his worst matchup here. 450? Oh, that's pretty low. That is pretty low, actually. That's going to be a cheap shot into some Shadow Strikes. Decapitator is going to get an immediate disarm onto Seavark, not letting that CC chain continue. As Seavark tries to see if he might be able to get a Shadow Step around Decap. This is going to get himself a Sip Up rolling as Decapitator got him locked down in a Stormbolt. Might be able to do quite a bit of damage. Does he play Blood of the Enemy? Blinder Decap. Does he trinket out of it? He does not. So Seavark is not going to be able to force a trinket out of Decap, but he does catch himself a re-stealth. A guaranteed re-stealth, if anything. I think in an optimal situation, you would kind of hope that somebody trinkets up blind. But Decapitator knows how to play against rogues. I mean, you don't trinket anything until it's actually just the roughest situation ever. Or you trinket when you're scoring a kill, there's a CU, then you'll have the trinket to stop him. Getting a shot on Decap. Seavark trying to second go onto the warrior, trying to see if he might be able to get that Eviscerate again. Gets blocked from the Eviscerate with a disarm. Gonna be a Shadow Step, but Seavark is trying to catch himself a reset. That was one single good Eviscerate that he needed. As long as he stays away from Decap, not letting him heal, which is not going to happen with a Stormbolt, it's going to be quite a lot of recovery for Decap right now. Seavark popping in a feint. Has evasion if he needs to. Could be quite huge against the Fury Warrior. Does not have overpower. is going to get Seawark out in the open, but not looking for him. Looked in the opposite direction for a second, maybe even tunnel visioning while looking for the rogue. Sap comes in with a Zerker Rage. Decap might have to walk into the group of Seawark's team. Decap, if you go into the group and you whirlwind them to look for Seawark, don't feel ashamed about it. Everybody understands what you're trying to do. You're looking for that rogue. If that rogue decides to hide in the crowd, you kind of have to do what you got to do, you know what I mean? If that means even cleaving them a little. Cheap shot on Decap. Does he ever get to go for the big CC chains? It's going for the cheap shots as often as possible. It's going to be immediate disarm right afterwards. Seawark sending in a Crucible Flame at Decap, who's going to lock him down Stormbolt. Trinket coming out for Seawark is going to get a Shadow Step, trying to still get away from Decap. Is going to get hit with a slow Pearson Howl. Is going to be used for that rage. Seawark actually going for a sprint, unable to be stopped while sprinting with maneuverability. Is that what it is? I think I think it is maneuverability. Down in talent. Is going to count himself a reset with a Sapa Decap again, trying to bust through the tough exterior. That is the Warrior. Got himself Shadow Blades up and running. Kindred Shot is available, trying to get those Eviscerates back to back to back on a Decap. And is getting those Eviscerates without disarms at all. Has evasion if he needs to. Stormbolt by Decap as he's looking to recover some health and really punish Seawark on that opener. That's going to be still continues quite a bit of damage out of Decap. Seawark might have to pop an evasion here and just continue rumbling the damage into Decap. Decap still has a lot of defenses available, if anything. Seawark is just building calm points little by little. Disarm comes in as maybe he might have wanted to go for a Kindred Shot. Blind on Decap. No Trinket being forced out of this Warrior at all. And Seawark is going to be able to count himself a reset there. With a Zerker Rage leaping on top of where Seawark is at, does catch the Rogue, kind of out of control though with a Stormbolt. Getting close to that Execute, is going to go for a Bladestorm. Evasion's up for Seawark, trying to avoid an Execute as best as possible. Going to be charged, healed by Decap. And Seawark really just has nowhere to go. Vanish available in just a moment. And it does get the Vanish off there at the 10-minute mark, 11-minute mark here, boys, with 36% dampener. This 350 item level Rogue trying to see if he might be able to tussle against Decap. Playing subtlety. The amount of health that Decap has is insane. Into a Stormbolt before Seawark can even attempt to land an opener. Disarm immediately, not even given an opportunity to get any kind of healing. That's going to be Shadow Meld by Seawark for a moment. Trying to catch himself a restealth away from Decap. Not looking like he's going to be able to get away. Finally, Trinket comes out for Decap, and that's going to be another cheap draw by Seawark. Trying to stay away from Decap as best as possible. He might be able to catch himself a reset here. As the two are hanging around next to the pillar. Decap still focused on the pillar while Seawark is already another zip code. But Decap is trying to play Marco Polo here, man. He's walking out being like, Marco! Doesn't hear Polo. Doesn't hear Polo. Seawark would actually just have to sit and sell the whole game. Might actually have to, dude. If he wants to win this one, you might have to wait until your cooldowns available. Can you out-sustain Decap? I don't think a Subtlety Rogue can, but I think they might have to try to play the out-sustain game. It's going to go for cheap shots back-to-back, expecting the disarm, already looking to peel behind the pillar. Stormbolt, Trinket's out of it with a sprint to follow, try to see if he can get away from Decap immediately. But Decap is not going anyway. It's getting Seawark down quite a bit low. Seawark is actually getting quite a bit of damage back to Decap, though. If only he had an evasion here, this would be perfect. As in, Rage Regen comes in, gets a blind, no Trinket available. As long as Seawark doesn't have some kind of random Azeroth proc, BS proc on him, he'll be fine. With an evasion available very soon, as long as he can somehow get out of that Stormbolt, which I don't think evasion is going to help him there. Yeah, I don't think evasion is going to help him. Dust of Shadow Blades might have to make it on all in here. Maybe it might be able to. No, it's going to be Bladestorm. Stormbolt comes in. Seawark, nope. Not taking the most amount of damage. He has evasion available. Is going to go for advantage instead. Could just continue on the damage. He has nowhere to go. Has to go for a cheap shot. This is the time to go for damage. This is the time you got to make a play. Has evasion up and running. Needs to go up against the cap. Needs to get those cheap shots in. Looking still to play very defensive against him. I would have think that would be the time to like for real plays, but looks like he's actually going to catch us a reset. That's going to be next time. Stormbolt's going to hit him, though. There's no one cat freaking out. No, he's just sitting here. Yo, Morphinator, can you get our cat from, please? Thank you. Can you get our stealth and got a cat from, please? Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you. Cool. Just so Seawark knows where you are. Like, as soon as the Decapitator dies, you can stealth and leap on top of Seawark, whatever you do. But it's only as soon as it dies. But thank you. Appreciate you. Sap onto decap. We are at 13 minutes and almost 14 minutes, 55% dampening. Get the shot on decap. Safeguard trinket comes in. Can Seamark blast into the safeguard trinket. The Viscera is still flying. Stormbolt onto Seamark. And decap needs to get himself a lot of health back. Cloak of Shadows up for Seamark. Not really sure if that's actually going to help him that much. But looks like decap is the one on retreat right now. He's Blaze Storm and trying not to get CC by Seamark. Charge. Smallest heal ever, but that's enough. The Seamark actually is on the ropes into the executes. And no! Did his very, very best, but the executes took him out. Just the raw power of Fury Warrior, the amount of self-healing, and Garber is going to be up next. Big leap on top of Decap, does actually go for a charge, mid-leap into a fear. Decap does take a rage out of it, get hit with a bike, doesn't even care about it, in rage regeneration, going for more heals, but a Stormbolt is going to stop him for a second. Does get at least one Bloodthirst off while in rage regen is up. Stormbolt didn't last too long. He is an orc after all, man. They're hardy. They're not going to get stunned by a massive hammer, or a bike, or a punch to the kidneys. And there's going to be an execute either way as Garber does take him out, trying to see if he can get Morphinate out. Morphinate landing the opener. No healing available at 60% dampening. You might as well have 0 heals available here, boys. You might as well have 0 heals available. Whatever health Garber has, Saragars, Worgen, or Wargren all better have the most amount of damage for this Feral. Is going to go for Blood of the Enemy, trying to see if he can play. Might he actually be able to turn it around onto Morphinator somehow? Morphinator does have a heal. Could go for renewal. Should probably go for renewal, but it's 62% dampening. It's not healing for anything. Mally onto Garber. Maim to follow. Does Garber have enough? He does get cleaved down with a wall. It's going to be Saragars as an Holy Death Knight. Catching the Feral with a pet stun. Just to make sure there's a doubt on him. He's going to hit him with a stun for a second. They'll check it for Morphinator though. And that's going to be Abomination joining the fight. Safeguard Chicken rolling up, and Morphinator does not get to go for a leap onto Sargars, but he's going for the cutting speed. The army of pets is chasing after him. He's going to get slowed down by Mages of the Dead. That's going to be a massive grip by the DK. Oh, and Reaping Flames to end him in the end, with Sargars just taking him out. I like your mug, by the way. I like the big old Cyclops looking thing in your belt. Look at your belt. Don't think anything weird of it. Alrighty, boys. Seavarks came in. Only 2? Really? I thought it was going to be more. I actually thought it was going to be more. Did somebody leave and just not count? Maybe it was actually just 2. I wouldn't know. Alright, we got to get Night King and Dusty in here. Dusty, Night King, are you guys still here? Hello, Brooklyn. I was still in town. I was still here. Anybody home? We'll see if those guys are here. Maybe I'll get them in. Your video made me fall in love with a demon summoning demon warlock strat. My video? Or you mean like one of the beautiful boys that competed that I posted in the video? What's up, Holy 7? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Look at B-Tag Doll. Looking. Do any of you guys have groups? Yo, if you have a group and you're adding me on Real ID, let me know. Let me know if you have a group. Which B-Tag, I'll add you. Night King, Dusty, didn't all get to play. Dusty, Night King, are we ready? Dusty and Night King, are we ready? Just type ready, or type Dal you suck. Type Dal you washed up. Type anything. Roast me, boy. Roast me. Because I don't know if Night King hit R and that was recent or it was a while ago, and Dusty saying didn't all get to play. I don't know if that was recent or whatnot. Does he from group I'll join? Does he from a group I'll join? QQT here. How you doing, man? You got a group? You have a group? That's what I'm watching, yeah. Alright, man. Appreciate you. Don't have him added. Dalaran hashtag 1340. More than welcome to, boys. You got a group, Lotus? Should I still try to queue them? Just to see if they're there. We're gonna try Dusty, Druid, and Night King. Here's the target. I'm gonna guess both of them are gone. Alright. Send me a Real ID message if you have a group. We'll just do that. We'll see who is here, who is not. Because maybe Night King and Dusty was waiting for so long they were just like... They were probably expecting for that rogue gameplay with the Fury Warrior to go on for at least an hour or two. So they were like, alright, I'm gonna go get a sandwich. Don't blame them. It's a hard duel, dude. It's a sub rogue without any gear versus a Fury Warrior. Literally a tank in human form. That's rough. Wouldn't Reaping Flames be better? I mean, I probably don't have like a super high ranked. Was that it? Decap took so much damage. I'm actually surprised he took that much Nightblade damage. But then I guess if you have Nightblade up all the time, it will stack up over time, yeah? It just never felt like a good dot. I can whisper if you're ready. Alrighty, let me add you. Let me add you, my friend. I got 2 of you now. You can go creep. Grip. How do I join? Open up a LFG, player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, find a group, top 5, enter. Not 4 or 5, enter. If you want to find a group for 5v5 1v1 duels, there should be probably one that says 5v5 1v1 duels. There's someone that said 5v5. I don't know if it's 5v5. Maybe it's 5v5. I don't know if it is or isn't. If you don't see one, however, you can always make it yourself by calling custom groups, calling 5v5 1v1 duels or something. Dalaran. Maybe throw that in there. Tell people to join, get 4 people in, add yourself in there. 5-man group, add me on Real IDL against boys that are up and running. Boris full group. How you doing? And we got Q Trash here as well. We got Boris and Q Trash, I guess, because Dusty, I think, is gone ski. QQ, Trash, and Boris 5. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Hi, Dal. What's up, Batman? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. I want to go back to WoW. What realm you request in EU? I'm stopping Mist. What realm do I request for duels? It's not a realm only thing. It's a region only thing. So like Friday we do EU duels. It doesn't matter what realm you're on. As long as you're in EU, you can join and participate. It's not a region only thing. A lot of the since Mr. Paneri, they've done a lot of like cross realm shit, like a lot of cross realm shit. So don't worry about it, friend. You're more than welcome to join in even on any realm as long as you are on an EU realm. During Fridays or Saturdays if you're on NA like today. Alright, let's see who we got today, boys. Switch. Ooh, look at that. Oh, let me get out of my system. Oh, get out of my system, boys. We got ourselves acid trips with aliens. Little freaking aliens, man. We got no heals here as well. Not doing any heals today. We got Peachy and we got Thick as well as Demon Hunty on Team Blue with Demoniac. Kane. We got us as Lisa as well as P. Blood. We got a Kane going to be going up first with an auto. No, aliens. This is going to give him that one. It's just going to black. Ooh. Looking very turquoise, my friend. Very turquoise. Your new weapon looks very turquoise. Not a bad look, not gonna lie. What? Hello? Is it acid trips or is it aliens? Pull your pet back. I was thinking it was the warlock. Yo, Kane, if you somehow find acid trips out in the open, nope, not gonna happen. Looks like acid trips is gonna be able to get away scot-free. I thought it was the warlock doing the guy, but huh. Well, I mean, I think he's sorry. I think he made a mistake. Was it acid? Was it supposed to be the warlock first or acid trips first? Either way. Well, I mean, Kane, at least you're given an opportunity to catch a little bit of health, right? And you are winning against the acid trips, I mean, or at least on health. So, I mean, I guess... Wait, are you... What is he waiting for? Warlock Healthstone? Or is he telling the Warlock he's the one to go? Oh, he's just waiting for Warlock Healthstone. If Kane is watching, dude, you might be able to see that he's trying to pick up a Warlock Healthstone. Warlock Healthstones are allowed, but now I feel like that's kind of cheating because the Warlock literally was helping you attack into a Shadow Step Sap into Kane. Well, a little bit of confusion, but hopefully, with Kane actually being able to catch a little bit of health, and with enough time passing by where he, well, will get his cooldowns back. Because the Acid Troops just doesn't want to fight. He literally got an opener. He's literally waiting for every cooldown available. Watch him actually sit in stealth 30 seconds. Why is chickens back up in Vendetta? Weird. But, I mean, there it is. I mean, Kane, by the time that acid trips is open on you, you'll have literally every cooldown available. So it might as well be like a natural reset, right? Weird. This is why you guys should really get your rolls and figure out who goes first, who goes last. The way we do it, by the way, if you guys never done these duels, what we usually do, we have the teams just do a roll. Just a 1 to 100. And you go from highest to lowest number. So if you get a, 100 or 80 or whatever, and you're the highest number in your group, in cap coming out with a trinket for acid trips into a leg sweep to follow with a touch of death. Fist of Fury flying has advantage if he needs to. Get a shot onto Kane. Does he vanish? He does go for a vanish. It looks like acid trips. Trinket in in cap? Don't tell me this guy's just gonna sit and sell the whole time until his trick is back up. Somebody got him out of stealth, not sure what, but still landing a sap into Kane. Not sure what it was, but he does land the sap into a garrote. Does go for Reaping Flames. It's going to be a bike hitting Kane, I believe. And Kane shot coming in for acid trips, as he is. Does have stars stacking on him. He goes for a shot of Mel. Doesn't really sit in shot him too long. Could be a... Somehow Kane is struggling to catch him. I was thinking like Lightning Jade or Crackling Jade Lightning would probably do it. Just anything to keep him in combat. But he was trying to like roll at him, and acid trips was juking one way, then juking the other. And it's a little bit weird. But yeah, we just do a slash roll from 1 to 100. Highest roll goes first, lowest roll goes last. And you kind of just figure out it goes highest to lowest. Or lowest to highest, however your group wants to do it, however the leader wants to do it. And then we have people completely randomize their go. Unless you want to go like, yo, can I please go first? Try to get a big old happy 1v5. Not saying that that's all you guys do, but I'm guessing some of you guys do that. At least some of you. Acid trips taking a bit of damage from the leg sweep. As we were talking about semantics of the duel, into a kidney shot by the rogue. Acid trip super low. Not going for the throws onto Kane. It was actually, I think he was looking to catch a full reset off of him. Looks like acid trip started to get a kick there at some point or another. Not really looking all healthy, except for the Warlock Helsing, keeping him healthy enough. Low Fist of Fury flying. Does he have the calm points for a kidney shot? And looks like he's going to get starstruck by Kane. After that, a little bit awkward open, and now Aliens is the one getting to actually go. Aliens is not going to give him the honor duel, man. I don't think Aliens should give him the honor duel, since Aliens kind of started, attacking him before he was ready, literally attacking with the rogue. Which was kind of weird. But it's okay. And Aliens just kind of wants to keep him out in the open. Wants the monk to come to him, being a Dutch warlord, he does not like line of sight. Come to me, my child. Come to me. So we may fight in a battlefield mano-a-mano. Trying to land a cataclysm around the corner. Kane not hoping not to get tagged by that. Killing the succubus, and Aliens not realizing the succubus is done and over. Won't have extra CC. Is going to drop down Infernal. Instant trigger for Kane. Is going to port away from Aliens. Should probably get himself a succubus. As he's literally summoning aliens from the sky. Into a leg sweep. Alien's getting hit with a touch of the Fist of Fury flying. He does wall this damage. Might be able to survive it a little bit. Touch of Death is going to do quite a number. Chaos bolts are flying. Now wall made him super defensive. I think he had the best mastery procs there against all that damage. That's going to be an interrupt onto Aliens as Kane got a karma up and running. Aliens can steal Chaos Bolt and completely obliterate Kane if things comes to shove. And that's going to be a massive Chaos Bolt taking Kane from mostly foolish health to a kind of deadish half. You know what I mean? Does have diffuse magic, if anything. And Aliens really need to summon another pet. I mean, he's really just putting himself back by not having a pet up and running. Kane is a massive edge. There goes the Succubus trying to see if he can disrupt it. Does not get to interrupt the Succubus. Summon Succubus CC comes in. And I think the Succubus actually takes that Infinite Stars proc from Kane. Into an interrupt on fire. Aliens can still Fury spam if he needs to. Try to land a Chaos Bolt into the monk. Might still be able to do one more Chaos Bolt. The second Chaos Bolt comes in off of Mortal Coil. I think that might be done for the count. Kane popping the wall. It's going to get a big old port. Aliens, does he have enough to finish? He just needs one more global. Man, try to land a Cataclysm into Kane. Does land it. That's going to be quite a hefty down into Kane. Aliens just needs one more CC chain into Kane. And that Chaos Bolt might just do it. This is Succubus CC. Does he have a second one if he can get around the corner? Shadow Fury? Didn't really need to. Kind of broke his own Shadow Fury. If he had one more Chaos Bolt, that would have been actually the game closer, man. Alien's just trying to stay as far back as he can, man. Literally standing behind the wall if possible. Literally standing behind the wall, leg sweep onto the Warlock as Kane looking to just fire all those Fists of Furies. And the aliens might not have one, unless Mortal Coil with the Caswell. Does he have it here? And the Caswell could win him the game. Does go for Warlock House on himself. Succubus CC onto Kane. Force it out, Trinket. Aliens popping in Cataclysm onto Kane. Does he want to fuel that Karma? I don't know if he wants to. Trying to get some Incinerates into the Monk. I think he might be done though. Monk does slay the Warlock. And that's going to be Shadow Priest, no heals up next. Is that 3 people down? Aliens, acid troops. It looks like somebody left. Maybe. I think somebody might have dipped. There's going to be no heals up next as a Shadow Priest versus Kane getting hit with an Incap. Does drop down a Siphon. Trinketing out of an Incap with a Greater Fate to follow. Very interesting choice to Trinket an Incap. And then follow that with a Greater Fade. As the Monk is rolling away. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's hope it pays off. It's going to hit Kane with a stun. And it's going to have to jump for those Shadow Word Pains. Just to get himself a VT up and running. It's going to be leg sweep by Kane. Touches that to follow onto no heals. Might have to disperse off of this as the bike does hit him. That fear is touches that is going to do quite a number of damage. Does get a VT up and running. Touches that does tick. Might have to go for disperse. That's going to be dispersed as well as Warlock Houston by the looks of it. With a Vampiric Embrace. So that's literally every ability to create you as much healing as possible. Use all at the same time. Get interrupted on the Mind Control. Greater Fade. Not going to be usable anymore. As Kane does go for a Diffuse Magic. It's going to get himself horrified for a second. That's going to be a Mally rolling into the guy. Can no heals turn this around. It's going to be Karma. It's going to stop gap all those damage that he was doing to Kane. Trying to see if he might be able to hit it with a Mind Control. That Karma is still building onto no heals. Still in a very rough situation here. Needs to get himself a heal. Unless he actually goes for 0 heals. Nope. He lives up to the name. Literally no heals. Next up is going to be Thick. Was there a 4th? Acid, aliens, no heals, Thick. And there's a 4th. I think it was like a warrior or a feral or something like that. I don't even know. But they're gone. Gonski. Into the stun into Kane. Does port out of it. Bike hits him from behind though. That bike came from Thick from a right direction. And Kane instead ported right into the patch of the bike. Peachy got AFK'd. Rest in peace, Peachy. As Thick goes for a bit of a blade dance. I knew there was like a druid or a warrior or something. Close enough, yeah. And Kane popping on the wall. He's trying to get away from Thick. Thick going up in the air. Flying up above. Ooh, this arena looks awesome from above here. So cool. Actually, somehow still getting those. How are you still getting those fell lances? That was like the smallest amount of line of sight. It looks like without stun, Kane is going to be taken down as Thick is going to be able to move on to the next competitor. That's going to be Demoniac off the back from the Gallywix server, dropping down a big old bike onto Thick. And he doesn't want to get hit by the tentacle. It still is going to get tagged by it. Might as well kill it. The tentacle does quite a bit of damage. Going to be Shadow Meld for Thick. Not going to be able to live it long at all. Looks like he still has dots on him though. He's going to be able to fell rush past Demoniac. Still going to land the cheap shot into Garrod. Just letting the dots do work from Thick. Just letting those dots do work. And the dots are actually doing quite a number. The dots are actually doing quite a number. They're actually not doing all that bad. At least for now they are. That's going to be a reset for the both of them as Thick has eyes and looks at Demonic is just going to chill behind the pillar until the eyes are down. Going for a more slow game. Trying to make a play as the stun comes in. Trinket skin shot onto Thick, and I think it's going to be done for the count. Does not get the Reaping Flame. But I guess he's just going to let the dodge do work. Darkness comes in. Does Thick gets to survive it? He actually gets to live it. Unless that's a ticket on him. Does get to go for a meta cheap shot coming in. I think that might be done. There it is. There it is. Kane with a 5 million heals and 5 million damage. Wow. That's a really nice number. 5 and 5, dude. Interesting. Interesting. Let's get another group going, yeah, boys? Sensei, the Law Brain, Cell Count, Same with B-Tag, Riverside. Alright, man. Let me see if I can get Riverside in here. Riverside. Would you say me a while ago? Oh, crap. Riverside. Well, I'm going to look for Riverside as best I can. Boris Peachy quit. Just for. Yeah, it looks like he got DC'd. Riverside. Here we are. Yeah, it looks like he got hit with that 5 to go Ghost Creeper. Alright, man. Gotcha. We got Ghost. We can put Dusty down. We can put Night King down. Who is ready to go, boys? Who's still here? Sav got a 5. Beautiful. Is Print here? Because I know QT was here. Seavark, I don't know if he has a group or not. Ruz, I don't know if he has a group. Print, he was probably got to play once. Brent, Ruz, Seavark, let me know if you guys have a group. Look at Sav and Ghost here. Oh shit, that scared the fuck out of me. Tamjin, my man! How you doing, my dude? What's up, my man? How you doing, Tamjin? Hope you're having a good one. Can we get a Tamjin chat? Show it appreciation for the launch, my man! I'm doing good. How about you, my guy? Hey, guys, I'm late. Don't worry about it. Hope you're having a good one. If we can go get another, yo, let's get Ghost Creeper and Sav just because they are, because Ghost Creeper haven't got to play so far, and maybe we can get Boris right after this, yeah. Unless this next duel goes like really long, we'll see if we can do another one after this one or not, boys, yeah. Let's get him since they're ready, and we can get Boris versus someone, man, yeah? If I have another duelist, yeah, I'll try to get you, Boris, if we have nobody else new. If there's nobody new, I want to get as many new people in here as possible. Give everybody who's interested a chance into these motherfucking 5v5 1v1 duels, boys. I'm always happy to have new people in here, dude. Always glad. The more new people we have, the more fun it is, you know what I mean? There's variety. I'm also excited to see how many of you guys go for some crazy, wacky corruption builds. We're going to be just taking advantage of the echoes right now. Because I think this would be the perfect time, man. Big mastery builds, big all 100% crit builds, big Versa unkillable builds, maybe mass tentacle builds, you know, big oozes, stuff like that. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Got ourselves team with the red Boomasaur. We got ourselves shirt. We got ourselves G-Few Peachy. Hopefully you don't get a DC, my guy. Make sure you're moving around for that time. And Warg Ren. Is Boomasaur Demo? He is Demonology. Got ourselves Brun Core X. Brun, my man. How you doing, my dude? Been a while. This man is the man with the fastest Chaos Bolts in the West. Let's see if they got even faster with all the corruptions. Now Decap is here. We also got Gert. We got ourselves Morphinator. And we got ourselves Skrala. Morphinator going to be going to first was G-Few. Landing that opener. Morphinator, are you looking very corrupted today? Not as corrupted as earlier. Popping in cooldowns, bashing the G-Few as he's trying to get the big dots up and running. Going to be early karma to G-Few. It is on a fairly short cooldown. But he decided, you know what? I need to get that karma up and running. Trying to get the slows in the Morphinator. But he keeps power shifting out of those. So that's going to be a leg super Morphinator. As the trick gets out of it with Thorns up and running. Thorns coming in perfect after the karma is down. That is going to be a tentacle attack and Morphinator. Who's still running a G-Few. Who's catching up on a couple of heals. Is going to be cycling into Diffuse Magic. Is that going to be Mally? Won't be able to reflect that Mally. Pop Karma into Thorns. He pops Diffuse Magic. Here's a Mally. There's actually G-Few should have saved those cooldowns by a hair. So he could have actually had a response back to the Feral. Did live out the necrotics from the Mally. That's going to be a full-blown Fist of Fury. If Morphinator was a Tauren, he would have been able to... Oh, he is a Tauren. He would have been able to War Stomp through that. But looks like he's going to have to go and get a reset on G-Few. He needs to re-up those bleeds. He's going to get another bite in there. War Stomp coming in. This should have saved up for the Fist of Fury. Now you're doing what G-Few is doing. You're using those cooldowns on a G-Few can just Fist of Fury you. And you want to have an answer for it. That's going to be a reset for the both of the Feral and the Monk. Trying to catch up a little bit of heals. G-Few is down on cooldowns for about 20 seconds. If Morphinator can get a big setup, this would be perfect. Wall is going to maybe hold him off until that karma is back up. Maybe this way G-Few is going to go for some big damage himself. Big Fist of Fury onto Morphinator. Whoa! Huge damage out of nowhere! What? That was no touch of death. He just actually obliterated Morphinator without a touch of death. Touch of death is just too much for this man. Take away his touch of death, somebody. He doesn't need it. That's too much. Decapit is going to be up next. G-Few, how? He must have like insane amount of versatility on his gear, so when he stuns, his verse like triples. Right? There's just 3 times the damage he normally would. There's going to be Karma onto Decap with a Twisted Appendage. Actually, booping Twisted Appendage, keeping Appendage alive. What is that play? I think Decap still threw a weapon at it though. Still was able to eliminate it by throwing a weapon at it. That's going to be Fist of Fury by G-Few. Decap trying to maintain himself the best possible. Might be going for a leap here. G-Few is looking to catch a reset though. What was that? He must have... I need to see his armor, dude. I need to see what corruptions he's wearing, man. That's an insane amount of versatility he's running. I think it has to be Versa, right? What else can it be? G-Few popping off Big Fist of Fury. With a spraying crane kick to follow, it's going to be quite a bit of damage out of this man. Twisted Appendage is going to be popping in, and Decapitated is going to have to eliminate us whenever possible. And GFU should have some defense available sometime soon. Lexi, but the Decapitator has a wall coming up very, very soon. Is going to get a port up and ready. Gap needs to somehow catch up with this monk. He actually has the monk on the ropes. He's doing a really good job so far. Mounting up because he knows he needs to travel some distance. Might as well mount up. Take the moment to channel it. Or cast it. Fist of Fury flying. Going to try to get a Bloodthirst onto GFU to walk away from the Bloodthirst for just a moment. Or from the Fist of Fury for just a moment. Then it's going to be yet another Twisted Appendage. I think for GFU, the appendage is actually kind of nice. As soon as it spawns, he can just kind of roll away from Decap. If it spawns, that's his escape. So, because Decap has to go and attack the appendage. He has to hit it. So GFU can just roll away. That's going to be Decap trying to like change focus of targets into a Karma. And Decap is just going to wait. Does he go for a Fear? Fears onto GFU. Has a trinket, has a wall. GFU is not out of this fight just yet. Decap not with a trinket anymore though. GFU doesn't look like he's setting up for damage whatsoever. Is going to intercept him with a charge. It's going to be a roll to follow for GFU. As Decap is trying to stay on top of this monk as best as possible, but this arena is just so good for the monk mobility. Catching up on this real fight whenever possible. Touch of Death coming in into an Incap. Zerker Rage is out of it. GFU looking for some damage, but now Decap is the one juking him out. That's going to be Ring of Boopity Bob. GFU caught up on quite a bit of heals. Decap is going to charge to one of the pets. Lexium, does he go for the big damage here? Is this going to be the big dress? Does go for the big dress, but Decap doesn't even flinch, doesn't even pop a reactionary enrage regeneration. He just pops some commanding shout. That's going to be Warlock Hellstorm from Bunko Rex. Both of these teams have a Warlock on standby to feed him all cookies. And GFU is looking like he's just going to go for a kill review fight. Is this going to be Fist of Fury? Decap having to walk away from it, but not too far. Trying to pop some cool damage of his own. Blade Storm to follow. GFU might be in a bad spot. Decap is sitting at about half its health, but he is a Fury Warrior. Getting a charge into a port by GFU. Does he have a leap to follow? He does not have a leap to follow to continue the pressure. And GFU is just going to be able to get himself a good reset here. It's going to be Ring of Boopity Bob, just keeping this warrior at bay. This map is just way too good for this monk. Look how much recovery he's done while dampening isn't super high. Into a disarm. I'm not going to see Fist of Fury out of GFU for just a second. Still got his punches and kicks. Spinner Crate to follow with the Fist of Fury. Just trying to see if he can barrage at Decap, but GFU is not really looking all that hot. And it's going to be Zerker's Rage for this one. Might be able to get a charge or maybe a leap on the GFU. Does he go for one? Mounting up. He's going to have to consolidate his mobility and use it when the time is right. Cannot let GFU catch himself some heals. It's going to hit him with a Fear. So he can't even use the Fear defensively. He has to use it offensively. It's going to be a charge, small heal off of the monk and GFU. If he has mobility, Decapitator needs to make sure he has the right setup. He is not rolling Stormbolt. That's the biggest change here with Decap. He's not rolling Stormbolt with GFU. He can't really lock him down with a single Stormbolt and get him low. Going to be a misplay of a port for GFU. Decap cannot go through the Ring of Peace, having to run around the corner. Is Decap not playing double charge? Big leap. Does he not get the charge? Does get a slow into GFU. I don't think he's playing double charge. I think he's playing impending victory. So maybe he's playing for more of survivability. He's got a Zerker Rage. Not even Zerker Rage. It looks like Zwen broke him out of that incap. Gets a charge around the corner to GFU. It is perfect for him. GFU, does he have a port? Does he have a ring? He actually might have nothing. Into a Fist of Fury. Not going to be able to do it while disarmed. Decapitator might be able to get some damage in. Wall coming in for GFU. Touch of Death on the Decap. Unless GFU can somehow turn this around, it's going to get a advantage onto Decap. It's going to hit him with the dress. Barely any damage has been done. And Touch of Death does finally come in. Charge on the GFU as he's trying to Tiger's Loss out of there. That's going to be the big Dragon Kick. Is there a leap for the Warrior available? Looks like GFU is going to be able to get out of there for a second. We are slipping into dampening though, boys. 11% dampening. So my boy, what's up, Rodriguez? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. How you liking the duels, by the way, man? Fist of Fury flying for GFU. Decapitator again having to be super patient. The patience of a god, man. You have to be so patient when playing against a monk, and you would think the monk would be the one who needs to be in the zen. The Decap, I think, is in the zen. He is in the moment. He's doing the math whenever he can. He looks a little funky while doing it. You know, big old orc hovering around, but he's being very careful with his cooldowns here. Every ability he's using, he's very careful with it. Might be able to get a charge around the corner. Does get under GFU. Does get too good close to him. It's going to be Bloodthirst. Maybe walks away too far from those Fist of Furies though. Maybe it gives GFU a little bit too much range. He wants to walk far enough where he doesn't get hit by them. Not far enough where GFU can just round out for a massive amount of distance. It's going to be another disarm on GFU. He's trying to get slows into the Decap. He's trying to keep him slowed as best as possible. And Fist of Fury flying again. Decap again. Not taking that much damage. Getting a charge onto GFU. Gonna be poured by the monk. Does he have a leap to follow? Does he go for it? He doesn't go for the leap. He stays on it. GPU setting up a port ahead of time. Mounting up is only going to give him one cast of Vivify. If it didn't mount up, there could have been two. As we head in the 8-minute mark, the 20% dampening is hitting very, very soon. Eventually, GFU is going to run out of healing. Decapitator being very, very careful with the mobility. He didn't have the mobility of a Bloodthirst to get away out of the Fist of Fury. But he stayed close enough. Charge in as soon as things happen. Second charge, so he does play 2 charges. That was a nice intercept. 1 Vivify for GFU with a Karma. And Decap just needs to get him close enough. Feared. It looks like we've hit in Deja Vu over and over, but GFU is just lower and lower and lower in health every single time. Decapitator, and he's going to have to go through wall. There's also diffuse magic, but it's not going to do too much since Decap, you know. There's a warrior. What's he going to do? It's magical in nature. Looks like Peachy GC'd again. No, Lexi about a Decap. He tricked us out of it. Does GFU going for big damage? Decapitator actually surrounded from both sides by the pets. Hasn't had to use Enrage Regen. This might be the moment. GFU going for a Ring of Boopity Bob. Does Decap get to reconnect with him? Leap not available by the looks of it, and Decap is super low. GFU might be able to take advantage of this situation. As there was a commanding shout. Maybe a leap available. Does get a leap. Maybe a charge around the corner. Goes for slow. No charge. Get himself a little bit of mobility. Charges right back in before GFU starts running. Rolls into a wall. Might have been the misplay that Decapitator needed. Needs to get a slow into GFU. Does get it into Enrage Regen right now. I think GFU is done for the count. Try to get himself a shot mill. Try to see if he might be able to survive through the rampage of the warrior. In cap for a second. No Zerker Rage available for this one. And that's going to be yet another port by GFU. Oh my god, the amount of mobility a monk can utilize and abuse in this arena is just so much. Boopity Bop, yeah, he also can get out, throw down the Ring of Boopity Bops, man. That's going to be just so... it's just such a good arena for monk to just kind of run the corners. I guess a single melee. That is incredible. If you think this is bad for a Windwalker, imagine playing against a Mistweaver on this arena. Yeah, Decapitator, he needed to go for a Stormbolt or something. He needs to find a way to like lock GFU down. Because this man, eventually dampening, I think GFU maybe loses because Decapitator just has so much more sustained healing. GFU always having to heal with Vivifies if possible. So GFU might need to win this on DPS. Eventually I think he is going to be the one dropping behind. There's no Karma, no wall. Like once all those things are gone and if you run out of mobility... Decapitator actually going back to the Warlock. I think he's getting Brunt to like, hey, yo, can you make me some Warlock Hellstones, my dude? I need some Warlock Hellstones really quick, man. I'm running out of juice. I've been at it for 10 minutes. I've been at it for 10 minutes, my boy. GFU repositioning. And I think GFU might just have to commit damage. In cap onto Decap. He does get to disarm him. Gonna be Fist of Fury towards the end. Does hit him with a Dressigath. Gonna be a Touch of Death as well. Touch of Death does commit with a big Fist of Fury. Might actually have it already here. Decapitator going for Defensive Fury charge. Heal. And I think GFU might have him here. Oh my goodness. GFU played a mess around with Decap playing super defensive, but he needed to commit eventually. He needed to commit the damage, and Skrala is going to be up next as a Demon Hunter. Try to see if he can provide mobility to mobility in GFU. He used a lot of his cooldowns just now. Might be a little bit rough for this man. Holy guacamole. I mean, that monk could do damage. This monk would be great in twos. Yeah, this monk would be great in twos. Like, you don't even... Like, imagine two of them as a double Windwalker. Like, nobody can catch him, dude. They just outrun the whole team eventually, and then just combine the cooldowns together into a single Super Saiyan fusion. It's going to be Karma by GFU with an imprisoned by the Demon Hunter. He's going to get right back in just for resources, I guess. But he's not trying to get away too far from GFU. Could go for an interrupt. Could go for an interrupt if he wanted to. Big dress onto the monk. But Skrylle's going to get hit with a stun himself. That's going to be Fist of Fury by GFU. Dropping out darkness. GFU bailing out of the immediate. Skrylle chasing after the monk as he's bailing away from the darkness. It looks like the monk is hyper offensive right here. In cap onto the monk as he's on approach. And GFU looking for a little bit of recovery on health is going to get interrupted. Got himself a shot him out for a second into Ring of Boopity Bob. Skrylle not able to interrupt him for a while. GFU is still looking to get himself a little bit of a re-heal. Wall coming in right now. Might need to make a good play here. Fist of Fury surrounding Skrylle. Stopping the I-beam. Actually super spooky for the I-beam. He decided to bail out of the immediately. Skrylle is still in the offensive while Blur is up and running. GFU might need to make a play eventually. Maybe next leg sweep. How you doing, Remaster? Hey. What are you doing about second video about me? I'll need to take a look at the videos, man, to see if I feel like they are entertaining. I look back through them and see if I'm entertained by them, and if I'm entertained by the duel and I liked it, or if I feel like I can maybe edit it down to be entertaining, then I'll post it, man. Thank you so much, and GFU taking down Skrull as Remaster with a donor. Remaster, how you doing, my man? Remaster Rogue. Boys, if you haven't seen the video from earlier today, better check it out. The Sub Rogue Master right here, man, the Remaster. He'll romance you into loving Sub Rogue. And Gert's bad cycle. Look at Gert's. Look at just end GFU, but that's gonna be a karma right now. What do you? That was a really interesting playstyle you had as a feral. Just now, just went for like a normal opener, build up some shreds, bite. Not playing the feral frenzy, but looks of it. Are you playing the? You're not playing the other talent. That's an interesting ability choice you had there. But GFU looking like he's gonna survive there versus the feral. This man just turned around to a Skrull kind of out of nowhere. He took down Morphinator pretty quickly. He had to commit a lot of damage into Decapitator after carrying him around for certain circles for years. Maybe he was waiting for the dampener. And with Skrull, he just was able to turn around out of nowhere. With Gertz, as long as Gertz doesn't trinket anything, he might be in a good spot. Looks like he's going to go for a Root, trying to get a Root into GFU, trying to see if he can maybe travel form out of there. Fist of Fury flying as he gets hit with a leg sweep into a Whirling Dragon Punch. He does get to wall it. Gertz needs to get the hell out of there. He's not looking all that good. Trying to heal at 55% dampener. You might need to get the hell out of there ASAP into Ringo Boopity Bop, catching him. He actually is airborne with a tested appendage. The thing is done for. Does get a bash onto GFU. Is going to put him down in dampener. And Broncore X is going to be up next. Dropping down an Infernal. I don't think that Infernal made it. Maybe he has a random Proc Infernals too. But it's going to get a, Fastest Fear in the West. It's going to get a Fastest Imminent Shadow Fear. Casbolts offline. And GFU 2 Casbolts back to back. I think GFU just finally met his match as Brun has the fastest cast out there, man. Literally fastest fears is going to be a Karma and doesn't want to hit into that Karma. Maybe don't want to fear into GFU. Wants to make sure there's an Immolate set up and running. Got himself Reflect. I don't really know if he can really reflect that Karma. And it's like Karma is at the last legs. He was hoping to maybe throw a Casbolt at GFU. It's going to be Infernal down for the count. Brun wasn't really able to combine them together with the Dark Soul instability. Still has it in his back pocket. And looks like everybody on Team Blue is leaving. I guess they just watch it and they're like, you know what? I think GFU got this. There's no way he doesn't. Trinket coming out for GFU. As he's getting hit with a succubus, you see a stun into Brun. He trinkets out immediately into a Mortal Coil on a GFU, trying to get him into yet another fear with a Casbolt to follow right afterwards. Into yet another fear. Bring a Boopity Bop actually stopping him. And GFU using all that miraculous mobility just to get the hell out of the Brun, going for a little bit of a damage onto the pets. It looks like GFU is going to be able to get out of there pretty scot-free, using all that mobility he can. Even slowing down and rooting the succubus if possible. Brun cannot even stop him. Those literally come flag into a Tiger's Lust immediately. That's how mobile this man is. Brun trying to go for a little bit of damage around the corner onto GFU. Maybe he can get the succubus around the corner, got it slow at least. Brun just needs like one setup, dude. Fear, fastest fear ever. It's the fastest scalable possible. In cap onto Brun with a touch of death. Succubus CC comes in, no way out of it. Into a Mortal Coil, into a Casbolt Immolate right after. GFU is super low in health. The Karma available in just a few moments. If you can just get Brun to just start slamming Casbolts back at him, it's going to be super early Karma, and Brun is still going to get an Immolate on GFU. No health available at 68% dampening though. GFU is actually out of health. And Brun has no trinket, but he still has wall, he still has reflect, so he's actually in such a good spot. And GFU dies to the pet. Man, he played it to the very, very last bitter end, dude. GFU with a massive nukes and surprising bouts. And next up is going to be Boomasaur. Okay, Demonology versus Destruction. You got the Imp Simp Master versus the fastest Casbolts in the West, man. They're just going to be firing off at one another. Gateway up. Brun is getting an Immolate onto the pet. He is playing with Flash. What is it? Flashpoint? It's an ability where when you immolate a target that's at 80% health or above, it grants you a massive haste buff. So as long as there's somebody for him to immolate, like the pets, he can get a massive haste buff with a couple of haste corruptions. And he's golden. Fastest Casbolt right now with Boomasaur immediately into Mortal Coil onto the pet. That was Havoc as well. Boomasaur does streak it out of this. Is going to get a stun into Brun. Corex to follow. That's going to be a short stun with a Mortal Coil right after, trying to get a Handle done, and a Tyrant up and running. A second stun comes in, third stun comes in maybe. Onto Brun Corex. And Boomstar is actually going to go for Nether Portal, trying to get as many pets as he can. Wall Up is going to go for Handigal Done, summoning as many pets as humanly possible, getting the full zoo onto Brun as he tries to go in for some damage, getting interrupted on it. And this man is just actually getting obliterated by these pets. These are the pets that are getting empowered. Not a lot of the imps are even supplied for the Tyrant. They're actually all doing work. Brun is just surrounded by the pets, stuns a portion of them, but they're still on him. They're super extended. Does it reflect maybe for some of the imp damage that's going to be banished onto Brunx's pet into a short stun from Boom? Does he have enough damage to follow? And I think Brun is done. I think he left. Maybe? Or he got killed by something? No, he left. Because Boom doesn't actually get a kill. But I still would have counted. Man, GFU with a 4. That's a long one. That's what I was saying. It's not bad. I'll give him that. He's not bad at all. That's some big damage. I don't really know if you needed to kite around Decap that much. And just gotta put him on the back foot like that. Because he ran around him. And then it's like, I just said, like, I think he needs to kill him before the dampen is up. He goes in and just nukes him. Like, he didn't even have to think twice about it. Just comes in, pops everything, rolls him. Maybe he was trying to play defensive against him, but then dampening, you know what I mean? Those are great matches. I enjoyed him a lot, dude. Monk gonna kill himself, put himself in 50% damp. Yeah, the Monk really did. If he didn't take that game versus Decap into that high dampening, I feel like he would have had a chance against Brun. Like, Brun is gonna get a bit of healing and dampening, but he's a Warlock. He just needs damage. GFU needs a lot of healing, so if he were to take out Decapitator earlier, he might have actually been able to 1v5 and even stand toe to toe, because he kited around Broncorex really well, but the pet, like, just hitting him with a whip over and over and over, and like dampen is so high, you just literally can't out heal the pet damage. If the pet procs anything, like Azerites, it's over. It's super unfortunate. Should be that good in PvP. I think with time, practice, you could definitely do it. You know what I mean? I mean, all these guys got good by playing a lot and learning from mistakes and shit like that. It just takes time. But also gear. Gear helps a ton, I think. Because for Broncorex, having all that haste corruptions, I'm pretty sure he has a bunch of haste corruptions. I won't be surprised if he does. But, yeah, I think that a bunch of haste corruptions, like, more chaos vaults. Lots of damage. It's actually insane. Hold on. Speaking about corruptions. Oh my god. The Monk, boys, has baseline 35 Versa. I just looked them up. The Monk that we just had, baseline 35% Versa. So how much versatility does he have? So he has 35% damage reduction every time he gets stunned with Conflict and Strife. And when Conflict and Strife builds up, it's huge. It's huge because it builds up pretty quickly. And you maybe get a Lucid for versatility if that procs. Oh my god. It's insane. Maybe he even has versatility procs from these other corruptions. You never really know. Because he did a lot of damage. Lots of Rising Sun kicks. I'm actually surprised at his highest damage and ability. But it did hit for quite a bit. I guess with enough versatility, this thing really hits hard. So does reverse harm. But that is percentage damage all the time. It says 10%. It should be 8% of his health, but it counts as 10%. This can definitely take off average 44% of someone's health. Crazy. And then this hits somebody for 50% of their health. 49% with Spinal Eruption. That is insane. Alrighty, boys. Do we do one more or are we done? I think I'm done. I think I'm done, ski boys. Oh, man. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go, boys. I'm gonna go. I might take a day off tomorrow. So it's kind of 50-50. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably post make a post, let you guys know if I'm taking a day off or not. I'll usually do a post. One more, please. Nah, man. I got stuff I gotta work on. I got lots of stuff to work on. That's why I want to call it here. And if I am taking a day off tomorrow, I really should get some work done, man. I really, really should. Because let's just clean the whole house tomorrow, dude. Just go for a big old clean, you know what I mean? I feel like a big old lean clean might be really good. One more. I'm sorry, boys. I had to disappoint you. But I gotta take care of IRL, you know what I mean? IRL gotta come first so we can continue doing more of these. But seriously, thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are fucking beautiful. Super fun hanging out with all of you guys. Remember, Fridays EU duels every single week. Saturday NA duels every single week. You guys are more than welcome to join at about this time. Starting 2 hours ago up to now as each and every day stream. Except for Thursday, unless I decide to take a day off one day. But Thursday is generally my one day off. And it doesn't really feel like a day off because I don't actually take a day off and do stuff in most of the times. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all next stream. Alrighty, peace.
Issues run so deep. Now when I try to sleep, I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done